Stars here, one message for you, up the Archers!
Up the Archers!
Come on, the Archers, you can do this, come on. Hi guys, up the Archers.
Up the Archers! Go on, man.
Up the Archers!
Up the Archers! Go on.
Cardiff Uni is the better uni, but up the Archers.
Up the Archers! Up the Archers! Come on, let's have it!
Shomai a croeso Up the Archer. Hello everyone and welcome to the first Up the Archer of the year, and I'm pleased to be joined in the studio with none other than Georgia Hawkins. How are you today?
I'm good, thanks for having me.
Now you've taken part in a very exciting World Championship recently, the Surf Life Saving Championships. It's quite a mouthful.
Yeah, it was good. I went out to Italy a couple of weeks ago with 6 girls and 6 boys in the open team, and then another 12 in the youth team. And we competed for 6 days out there.
That's amazing. Little trip to Italy. And so what were those World Championships like?
It was definitely, so it was the first time I've got a GB cap. So even just to get out there was like really good. I was like really happy to get out there. And then just to race out there against the best, like especially like the Australians and the New Zealanders who are out there getting paid, and I'm just there kind of doing it as like my hobby sport, was really good.
You're doing it for the passion because you absolutely love it.
Well,
tell me a little bit about this sport, because it's quite a niche sport, quite unknown really to everyone here, certainly at Cardiff Met Sport TV, probably across the university as well. So explain to me, what do you have to do in surf life saving?
So pretty much there's the pool competitions and the beach competitions. On the beach you compete in a swim race, a ski race, a board race, and then there's an Ironman or woman, and it has those 3 together like with a run transition in between.
Wow.
And then you have flags, sprints and sprint relay, and then like loads of relay races, and then you go to the pool, and then you have mannequin races, and it's like it's quite intense, but
it sounds pretty intense, I'm not gonna lie. It's like a decathlon in water all of a sudden,
pretty much,
but
like that.
Turn up the intensity. But wow. So what is next for you though? Obviously this isn't, as you say, the biggest sport here in the United Kingdom, in Australia and New Zealand. It is quite big, those athletes got paid. So what's next for you within this sport?
So obviously I'm here now for 3 years at uni, so going to carry on my training and all, because there's like ski groups I can paddle up with here. If anything, I'll probably be paddling more up here, which is good. And then I'm going to try and get into the European team to race next year, which will be quite cool, especially if my sister gets in with me. She'll be in the youth team, and then that'll be something we'd look forward to together.
That's absolutely amazing. Well, I mean, thank you so much for joining me here today and for telling us all about surf life saving. It is such a mouthful. He's come up with a shorter name for us, Georgia. But recently we had some reporters go down to Cardiff City Stadium, because not only is mental health an important topic in today's modern society, but indeed in the world of elite sport. So recently Cardiff Metropolitan University teamed up with Cardiff City Football Club, and we sent 2 of our own reporters, Adam and Evan, to find out more about this event.
On Thursday the 13th of October at Cardiff City Stadium, Cardiff Metropolitan University and Cardiff City Football Club organised a whole club event from the youth academy to the first team, and all club staff focusing on the pressing challenge of mental health and driving the principle of it's okay not to be okay. They presented excellent research and practice from leading experts from Cardiff Met, Cardiff City and the partners from the School of Hard Knocks Wales. Cardiff Met TV covered the event and interviewed players, management and staff to see what the event was about and what it meant to them.
I think these kind of events are very important, because on a club as a whole, we've got to make sure that we're all singing from the same hymn sheet, that it's okay to talk to people, that it's okay not to be okay. If you do need to talk to someone, then you have to do it.
It's hugely important, and it's something that I value dearly. I've been affected by something within our family where my wife's sister committed suicide when we were roughly about 13 and a half years ago, and it's hugely important that the club have put on this event with Cardiff Met. I think it's something that we value, and we want to keep continuing with the movement. It's something that I find people are opening up to, the ability to be able to speak, and it's hugely valuable to us and the football club.
We are one of the few, if the only, EFL club that's actually putting together a mental health policy for the whole club. And I have to reiterate, it's the whole club. It's not just the players. it's for the staff, and it's for the people working in the ticket office, the stewards, etc. It's a whole-wide mental health policy.
It's important. Obviously, we've got a lot of lads in our team, and we obviously try and be there for each other, but also just to find out any tips and helps that you can get for them, and it might be in their private life or whether it's dealing with the football side of things. It's important that lads know who to speak to and that there's someone that they can reach out to.
A big part of football at the moment is the pressures and things like that come with football. It's important that you do talk to people, and definitely the lads are definitely talking to each other more, and you have to realise that you don't know what's going on in someone's life, so you have to make sure that you take that into account when you do speak to people.
Well, the programme, it's not a programme that actually teaches. What it does, it enables access to expertise that can help people with mental health issues. It's that conduit that they know that there's someone in the club that will come along and listen to them and give them advice.
We're a social inclusion charity, so we work with people across South Wales to improve their mental health, their physical health, and to work with them towards building a more positive future. So for some of our participants, that means preparing them to go into work. For others, it might be volunteering, it might be training. But what we want to do is make sure that they are in a good place to be able to sustain that. So what we want to do is make sure people are kind of in a really good place, are the best versions of themselves they can be, and that work starts in those first 4 weeks.
Yeah, it was something that we spoke about a while ago, and Len and Michael have been hugely valuable again to pushing that event. It's something that I was more than willing to be involved in. Again, something that it will help me understand how to help people, what signs and symptoms to look for, where to guide people, what available sort of help there is out there, and it's something that again, hugely valuable to me, and how to learn to help support people. I think if you look at the turnout today, it's unbelievable, really. I think we've got every staff member here, every player from across the women's game, the academy, the first team, and all the staff that are behind that you don't see. And that's something that, again, the club have promoted. It's huge. I walk in there and I see everyone. And that's what it has to be. It has to be a one-club approach, and that's where we're starting with today.
Awesome, a fantastic piece there, and I'm now joined in the studio by none other than Archers RFC women's team players, Emily Griffiths, EC Contrell. How are you guys?
Good.
Good. How's the season been so far? You had an emphatic win last week on Rugby 1, didn't you?
It's been really good. We've had a lot of girls come through the new setup, a lot of freshers, really good freshers, even in the starting team now. It's really good for this week against Loughborough, which is really good for the season.
Yeah, no, it felt really good to win a few weeks ago, especially against the new team in the league, Exeter. But yeah, the freshers made a big difference during that game. I think we have about 7 on the starting team, which is pretty impressive from there.
Yeah, you've both mentioned the freshers, the new additions into the squad. What's it been like with those new players? Have they gelled really well into the team?
Yeah, definitely. We had a pretty good preseason and incorporated them very well, and just got the team chemistry up, and I think the team is clicking really well this year, so it makes a difference with them.
What do you put that clicking down to? Sorry, because I know we've spoken before and you said preseason was massive for you guys for that. Have you been doing other things since then?
Just normal training sessions, socials, and doing stuff off the field. Like we've taken a step in the gymnastics room to work on tackling and tracking. We've done some fitness on sand dunes, just trying to think outside the box for our training sessions sometimes.
Amazing. Now, you've got a big game this evening coming up against Loughborough. How are you feeling going into that match?
Yeah, really good. We've done an analysis on them, and since watching them, we're quite confident playing. Since they played Exeter, we watched their analysis. It was a very close game for them too. I think if we just play good rugby, it'll be a really good game, and hopefully get the win.
Oh, amazing. And what's it like playing on Rugby 1 now? I know that you've said how great it is to finally be playing down there, get a crowd behind you. Is it special?
Yeah, I love playing on Rugby 1, especially, there's just stands for the fans to stand in, obviously. And the pitch is much nicer. I think playing on grass is a little more comfortable for the team. Playing on 3G can sometimes be a bit more painful. So.
No, absolutely. And looking away from the action at Kincoid campus that's been happening the last couple of weeks, there's a Women's Rugby World Cup going on right now, and there's 9 Archers alumni in that squad at the moment. How inspiring is that for you guys as players in this women's setup at the university?
It's massive, especially having Flaky George, one of our coaches, in the setup herself, getting to watch her, seeing where we could be maybe one time, and especially ECU being in the USA setup as well. It's a drive for us and a bit of determination that could one day be us, and just getting to support Flaky as well is even better.
Yeah, I should really be asking you guys, how much longer is it before we see you out there on the pitch at a Rugby World Cup? Is it an aspiration? Is it something you'd love to achieve?
Yeah, I think everyone has that dream, especially when you see some of your fellow archers out there doing what you've dreamed of since you started playing rugby. So yeah.
Awesome. And I'm going to finish off with asking you guys, do you think Wales can take it to the next stage in this tournament? Are they going to finish second in their group as runners-up? Obviously, they'd lost to the Black Ferns, but that doesn't mean they still can't go on to the next stage.
I think they can. They had some really good dominant scrums. They dominated New Zealand in the scrum area. They had really good play, really good on the mauls as well. I really think if they just play the game, they could really good get onto the next stage, yeah.
Amazing. Thank you so much for joining us today, guys. And if you want to check out the women's first 15 play in Loughborough this evening, it'll be down on Rugby 1 at 6:30pm kickoff. And it's not just women's rugby that has action on at Rugby 1. Last week, the men's rugby team were playing Exeter down on Rugby 1, and we were able to cover it. And here are the highlights from that epic encounter.
The teams are up, the players are out. Exeter University in one of the roguest kits in BUCS Super Rugby, all in orange, kicking us off here at Kincoid. Cardiff Met receive hands on that immediately from Kofi Barton-Byfield, and he is going to get a first touch, rescuing the kickoff that he intercepted, and it just finds a way to beat the first man every time. Leatherbarrow. Now Barton, little nudge in behind for himself. This could be brilliant. Oh, Barton scores. He's mobbed by the replacements, because that's a bit of BUCS Super Rugby magic from Josh Barton. Replacement scrum half on. Rory Morgan. Another good scrum here for Cardiff Met. Here's the advantage. Rory Morgan finds the short ball. Cardiff Met score. It's been a long time coming.
To keep the ball in hand, he weighed up all of his options, he saw a gap and he went for it, and he sniped through that extra defence.
He wanted to see Roma Zheng on his left-hand side, didn't he? Not Connor Chapman, but either way, Cardiff Met on the march.
They've got a good drive going here.
Oh, they're close. Referee having a good look. Referee having a really good look. It's 2 tries in quick succession for the Archers. Game on here.
Reduce the deficit to Exeter so that their try difference, or their points difference, in the BUCS Super Rugby League table doesn't hinder them later on in the year.
Well, with Ethan Morgan off, that's Brad Roderick Evans in at 10. He finds the touch, and that's brought down by the aforementioned Barney Langton. Bingo Ivanisevic has added his weight. It's a penalty advantage. Met closing in. It's try number 3. Is there hope? What started as one for the purists has ended up being a BUCS Super Rugby epic. Cardiff Met were down and out. Exeter were home and hosed. They were 18-0 up. Then the comeback began. The Archers, the Ultras had hope. But Exeter University shine through. You can never keep them down for long. They pick up their first win of the season, and boy, oh boy, I think it could be an important one. Full time here at Kincoid. It is Cardiff Met 21, Exeter University 23.
Welcome back, and I'm now joined on the sofa with none other than our sports correspondent today, Dav Jones. Dav, how are you, mate?
I'm good, cheers, pal. Yeah, a lot of sports to look forward to today, so I'm good.
Yeah, are you excited for another huge BUCS Wednesday here on Kincoid campus?
Oh my gosh, there's so much going on. I mean, you've got men's hockey at 4:15. That's going to be a crazy game. You've got women's hockey at 6:30, but the only problem there is you've got women's rugby on at the same time. So you have got to make a choice. If you're on campus and looking for sport, then 6:30 you're taking women's rugby or women's hockey. That's the tough one. And even away from campus, we've got so much action today. We've got enormous games for the basketball team. They're heading up to Plymouth. I caught up with them today in their shoot-around warm-up. They said they were really focused, and all they wanted to do was implement the new coaching system of a 5-out philosophy. So they're really trying to run, push the pace, get everyone involved. So they seemed really ready for that game today. And then also away from home, you've got to look at rugby. It's got to be rugby, right? And you've got Bath, they're second in the table. There's just something about that fixture that's got my eye really caught. So I reckon we'll get a good game. Bradley Roderick Evans is starting again at fly half. He's got 31 points already. He's only played 3 games.
Yeah, well, he was top point scorer last season in the BUCS Super Rugby, so he's certainly heading in the right trajectory to do that again. It's going to be a massive game for that Archer side because they need to get back to winning ways after 2 losses on the bounce now. Again, first one with the Cardiff clash down at the Arms Park and the second one at home to Exeter University. They'll desperately be looking for another victory. But Dav, tell me, if you were a student here with a free afternoon, where would you be going? Where would you be spending your time?
Well, I'd be running off as quick as I could now down to the women's football. They've been rolling through opponents, playing very expansive football. So if you're looking for a great game, great atmosphere, I'm there. Erin Murray bagged 2 goals, of course, at the weekend, and she's out today, so they're going to be looking for someone else to put that ball in the back of the net, but it's been fantastic so far, so that's where I am.
It's interesting you actually bring up the women's football because we're covering it later today, of course, with a 1:45 kickoff here on Cardiff Met Sport TV, but they also played Barry Town at the weekend. You mentioned 2 goals there. Wasn't it a great game? But you were able to watch, weren't you?
Fantastic. Yeah, it was pitch side. It was a great game.
They've looked like a really dominant team this season, haven't they? They just don't seem to stop. It's when I check the scores in BUCS especially, it seems to be more of a cricket score than a football game.
Yeah, I mean, it's regular 4-5-6s at the moment. That midfield's been strong. We've got some new people coming in, and yeah, they've really impressed me so far this year.
Amazing. Well, just in case you missed the action from Sunday's match against Barry Town United, we've got a highlights package coming up now so that you can watch.
Nobody has dominated the last decade of domestic women's football in Wales like Cardiff Met. But in recent years, the trophy has eluded them and it ended up in Swansea. This season, it looks like it could be a 3-horse race with the title potentially going to Cardiff City, who sit at the top of the table. To stay in the fight, Cardiff Met just need a win against Barry Town this weekend. The Archers looked comfortable early on with 2 goals from striker Erin Murray. The first after a precision pass from Robin Pinder, and the second coming shortly after this defensive howler from the visitors, which Murray punished. Impressive striker Mackenzie Alden hit back for Barry just after the half-hour mark. After the break, it was the home side who extended their lead, Evie Griffiths pouncing in the box after a period of pressure. Barry kept pushing and came close a few times in the second half, and there were plenty of feisty moments and crunching tackles, the type you'd expect in a local derby. But the Met never looked like losing, and held on to a 3-1 win, taking the 3 points to keep the title race alive and keep the manager Izzy Taylor happy.
Yeah, we've done our homework and I think they've set up quite similar in previous games. So yeah, we've looked at some of the footage and we were expecting that. And yeah, I think 3-1's a fair result today.
The Archers now face Abergavenny in the next round of the fixtures before 2 huge games against Cardiff and Swansea in early November, which will then decide whether or not the league title is coming back to Kincoid.
Hello and welcome back to Up the Archer here on Cardiff Met Sport TV. You join us now minutes away from the kickoff of the women's football game today against Bristol City in the BUCS Football Championship. I'm now joined by my football expert Griff. Griff, how are you today?
Brilliant. Looking forward to this match today. It's been an exhilarating start from the BUCS side. They went against Portsmouth. They've beaten USW last week as well. Brilliant start.
What sort of things can we expect from the Archers side today? What can we expect to see in this match?
Well, they've got expansive play. They've got Ellie Priest up top. She's got lightning pace. We'll be looking to get her in behind, getting into space, looking to put the ball over the top of the defence, using the pace, getting in behind. So I'm really excited because it's going to be a fast-paced game. We'll look to see what Bristol will be planning to do to nullify the attack. But we've got exciting players in this matchup.
Well, you mentioned quite a few players there in your brief description of what we need to look out for in this game. Give me one player who's going to be the key player out on that pitch that we need to keep a keen eye on.
Put me on the spot here, but it'll have to be Ellie Priest. She's been on fire. She's got 4 in 2 matches, a hat-trick against Portsmouth and a goal last Wednesday. So she's on fire at the moment. Met will be looking to get the ball to her as soon as possible, get her into space. I've got the likes of Evie Griffiths as well, going into midfield. She was playing on Saturday against Barry Town. Of course, she scored the 3rd goal. So she's coming off a hot streak of form as well. So we'll be looking to get the ball into Ellie Priest in the front.
Certainly sounds like they've got a bit of a dynamic duo working there for Cardiff Met, and I hope to see them in action today scoring plenty of goals. What's your score prediction, though, looking into this game? Last week, a big win against the University of Portsmouth. What's today's result going to be?
I'm hoping for a dominant victory today. 3-1.
3-1?
3-1.
Interesting that you think that Bristol are going to get a goal in this fixture, and you've gone with the same result that we had at the weekend as well.
The only thing that concerns me today is we've got Evie Griffiths, Ellie Priest, we've got Four Kings in goal, and we've got Corn in the back. They've all played on Saturday, and a few of them have played on last Wednesday as well. So might have some tired legs going on the field today, but I back the fitness of our girls today.
You back them. I back them 100% as well. I'm actually going to counter your 3-1. I'm going to go for a 4-0. I know, controversial. Right? I'm feeling very confident that the Archers are going to do well today. I reckon 3-0 at half time and then 1-0 to wrap it up in that second half. I'm feeling like the Archers are going to light up the Football 3G here today at Kincoy campus.
Ellie Priest hat-trick?
It's potentially on the cards, isn't it? Especially if it's going to be 3-0 at half time. Well, not to keep you in suspense any longer, we're going to throw straight over to the Football 3G pitch here on Kincoy campus, where we'll join our commentary team of Matt James and Mohammed Farah.
Good afternoon and welcome to Kincoy campus for today's top of the table BUCS Southern Premier Division game between Cardiff Met and Bristol. Both sides go into today's game with a 100% record, so it's all to play for here as both sides look to make an early mark in the BUCS season. Joining me today on co-coms is Mo Hersey. Mo, how do you see today panning out?
I'm extremely looking forward to today's game. It's top of the table clash. Two teams which are in rich form at the moment, and it's basically all to play for. Be looking at the Bristol striker Marta, who scored 4 goals in her last game against Exeter. She seems to be strictly on top form, so looks like it's going to be a classic game of so-and-so's got to go.
Hopefully it will be mixed conditions here today. It's been blustery with the sun out, so it's almost like 4 seasons in one day so far. But hopefully the way Met play as well, they'll look to keep the ball on the floor, play through the thirds, and hopefully get Jen Larrick, the American, into the game today. Excellent player, goes off both feet and can really influence things from that number 6 position. So, yep, really looking forward to today's game. Met will be hoping to carry on their good form. Haven't conceded a goal yet and scored 11. So, yeah, the firepower of Ellie Priest really coming into play the last couple of games as well. Hat-trick in her first game. Mo, what do you make of Priest's impact on the side?
Priest's impact has been extremely good this season. She seems to be a player in rich form, going from her performance from last season. She seems to be getting into the box more, which I'm starting to like, where normally she would stand outside the box, but this season she seems to be getting into all the right positions and using both of her feet, which has really impressed me this season.
Yeah, certainly in amongst the goals as well. New goalkeeper this season, Amelia Forkins. She's really made an impact. 2 clean sheets so far. Looks a really good acquisition.
Yeah, she's really a good acquisition. She has come from a good background, as being trained at Cardiff City FC, so she has got all the credentials. And what I'm liking at her, that she's a really brave. She's not afraid to get in, basically coming outside their box and commanding their box like a good goalkeeper should be doing.
Yeah, I totally agree, Mo. Totally agree. I think if you look at the strike force, Cardiff Met have got the front 3. So we've got Maddie Gustafsson, Freya Gwynn, and of course Ellie Priest. Maddie Gustafsson has really impressed, breaking down the wing, getting crosses into the box, and getting amongst the goals herself. So yeah, it could be key there for Met today. But
yeah, Met's performance last game against South Wales University, which they did win 6-0. Gustafsson scored 2 really good taken team goal, so she seems to be in a rich wave of form as well. So today it seems to be a game of 2 teams who are in rich form, and it's going to be looking to be a game where both teams are playing the high press as well. So it looks like both teams are going to be looking to get that ball behind us defence at the moment.
Yeah, I think you're right there. I think looking at the Met midfield as well, so you've got the 3 in midfield there, Jen Larrick, Gracie Batsford and Evie Griffiths. Jen Larrick controlling the play as a kind of pivot in midfield. As I said previously, goes off both feet really nicely, got really good vision, the ability to spray the ball wide to the wingers Gustafsson and Freya Gwynn, and hopefully they can supply the ammunition for Ellie Priest to get amongst the goals again and get an early victory for Cardiff Met. So yeah, looking forward to a great game today. Should be entertaining. Met obviously 2 clean sheets so far, scored 11. They'll be looking to carry on that form, whereas Bristol, you know, might be looking to put down an early marker in the championship race. So really looking forward to it today, Mo. Any other thoughts before we kick off?
No thoughts really. I'm just really looking forward to a rich game of form of 2 attacking teams. So we're looking towards to see what team comes out on top. Hopefully it'll be Cardiff Met and the Archers, but Bristol are, like I said, coming with 2 good games, and their striker up front is really impressed me so far this season with 4 spectacular goals last week against Exeter. So we just got to make sure that our defence is tight and don't give it any space in behind.
Yeah, I agree. I think it's important as well to note that this BUCS team provides a real pathway into the first team and into the Cymru Premier setup. So there'll be some players out there, maybe fringe players for the Cymru Prem side, who'll be looking to really stake a claim today. So yeah, for those players, I think that pathway is certainly accessible, as a number of players have proved in the past. Some of the Met alumni even going on to represent Wales. So there's a real chance here for the players to get themselves in the shop window and make it difficult for Izzy Taylor, the manager. Give us some selection headaches maybe for next weekend.
Yeah, that seems to be the good thing about Cardiff Met, is the facilities and the chances that these players have got towards going into the Welsh Cymru Premier League. There's basically every chance for them. So today's going to be basically a shop window against a Bristol team who are rich on form. So these players can look to state their pathway onto basically the Welsh Cymru League.
Yeah, that's right. I think you mentioned the setup and the quality of training and coaching here, but it's about really developing those players, nurturing them all the way through, and making sure that they come out the other end as better players, I suppose. We'll take a look at the team lineups now. So for Cardiff Met, as we mentioned already, starting lineup today, we've got Amelia Fawkins in goals, number 2 Hannah Davis, number 3 Sophie Davidson, number 4 Grace Corn, number 5 Tiggy Webb, number 6 Jen Larrick, number 7 Marie Gustafsson, number 8 Gracie Batsford, number 9 Ellie Priest, number 10 Evie Griffiths, and number 11 Freya Gwynn. And starting for Bristol today, we've got number 1 Betty Platt, number 2 Sarah Jane Feely, number 3 Meg Phillips, number 4 Stella Morgan, number 6 Hannah Goffey, number 7 Anna Williams, number 8 Isabella Petch, number 9 Marita Clark. Well, just waiting for the Bristol team news here. So 9 Marita Clark, 10 Eve Ryan, 11 Molly Kane, and 12 Catherine Webb. I think Bristol have actually changed a number of their players pre-match, possibly. We'll just wait and see how they line up. But for Met, yeah, Met will really be looking to press home an early home advantage here, I think.
Yeah, that's what Met needs to do. I can see them getting a huddle at the moment in the middle of the pitch, and they need to basically come out with this game, start with a fast pace, and try and get that goal in the first 20 minutes, so we can settle their nerves for the rest of the game. Because Bristol, going by their past game against University of South Wales, they are a team that do come on better in the second half, where they were drawing in the first half and then they scored 4 goals, and one come in the last 30 seconds with a lovely volley from Gloria, basically. So it's going to look to be a good game.
Yeah, I think you're right. I think Met will be looking to start on the front foot. Bristol aren't the best at the back. They conceded 4 in their previous 2 games, so I think Met, they'll be looking for an early goal, settle the nerves. Hopefully that'll draw Bristol out a bit, and Met can exploit the space in behind. But looking forward to a great game here today. So top of the table clash, both sides with 100% records. Something's got to give here at Cardiff Met. So let's get ready for kickoff. And the referee today, Alex McKinch, former Cardiff Met player and now academic. We'll get the game underway. Bristol will kick off, kicking from left to right as we look at it. McKinch just checking the number of players on the pitch. Signals to the goalkeepers. And we're off here. Bristol with the ball early, looking to attack from the off, and it's out on the far side for Cardiff Met throw in.
Yeah, I'm looking at this now, James, so far. It does look like Bristol are straight away playing into a high press, because you can see 3 of their players they've only got 1 player in their own half at the moment, so it looks like they are going to a full press and trying to squeeze Cardiff into their own half.
Thanks, Mo. Ball wide on the far side now. Bristol again on early attack, and it's hooked clear by Pearson. Bristol with the ball on the far side, maybe looking to cross it. Good skills, but it's cleared by Grace Corn. Long to Ellie Priest, who turns, looks to beat the marker. It's a good tackle on the far side. Early pressure from Bristol, but Met have dealt with that admirably. And it's a throw in to Cardiff Met. Gathered in midfield, trying to play forward. But it's in the gap for Bristol to attack, and Cardiff Met have cleared their lines, and it's Grace Corn again, taking control and just calming down the situation there for Cardiff Met as they bring the ball out of defence. Played wide now to Davis. Davis looks to play inside the channel. Ellie Priest on the ball now. Ellie Priest, early chance. Priest cuts inside, squares it, chance, low strike, and it's saved. Evie Griffiths with the low strike, and it's saved by Betty Platt.
Yeah, it seems to be a good early first chance from Cardiff Met there. It seems to be Bristol are leaving a lot of space on the wings, and that was a good ball from Cardiff, and it was a good chance. Ellie Priest cut it in, and it was a good chance and a good save by the keeper.
Ball back with Fawkins now. Met looking to build from the back again, as is their custom here at Kincoid. Nice and patient from the Archers. Building the play through Webb. Comes wide to Davis again. Davis maybe looking for the channel ball. She does, but it's cut out by the Bristol midfield. And clear on Bristol, look to forge their own attack. It's wide on the Bristol's right, but it's excellent cover from Tiggy Webb. Plays it back to Fawkins. Fawkins left-footed into midfield, but again Bristol win the second ball and shoot from long range. Fawkins just watches the ball out for a Cardiff Met goal kick. Good start here, good attacking start. It's what we expect for the game. It's what we expected, but Mo, what do you think so far?
Yeah, that's what we get when 2 teams are on top form at the moment, and both teams are looking to attack and get that early incentive in the game. So I'm looking for the game seems to have basically started at a fast pace.
Ball forward, headed clear by Webb. Bristol go back, drop it back into defence, and it's wide on the far side. It's picked up, good tackle there. And Met can break possibly here. Ball inside. Priest is there. 1-on-1. Maybe a chance to cross. That's an excellent ball back. And a chance here. Good tackle. Priest got it again. Flags up on the far side. And it looks like a foul there. And it's a free kick to Bristol. Frantic early stages here at Cardiff Met. Both sides looking to attack early on. But it's a free kick to Bristol. Platt takes it. Short again. Both sides looking to play out from the back, which is pleasing. But it looks like they've played themselves into trouble, and they have, and it's a Met throw in. Taken quickly. Larrick's got it. Larrick dispossessed. Wins the ball back very well. Larrick, good feet. Back to Davis. Davis plays inside. Back to Larrick. Batsford. Oh, excellent play from Batsford. Chance to cross here for Batsford. Will she pull it back? She does. Priest. Headed away by the Bristol defence. Good start here from the Archers, and the referee signals more pressure from Met as McKinch signals a throw into the Archers. Davis with it to Larrick. Larrick looks to turn a marker. She'll get a foot in and half clear it. Met look to recycle now. Ball plays into Corn on halfway. Corn looking for a through ball here. Played inside short. Excellent play from Met. Those little triangles in midfield, Mo, really working for the Archers at the moment.
It's really working for the Archers, but as you can see, Bristol, as soon as Cardiff Met get the ball, the whole team seems to be sitting back and trying to squeeze, not leave any space behind for Cardiff.
Chance here for a break for Bristol. Coming forward, Met seem to be standing off them. Webb gets back. Williams for Bristol, long range strike, should be easy for Forkings, and Forkings gathers. Really attacking start so far, excellent from both sides. Long from Forkings, ball bounces, Priest battles for it, it's cleared. Second ball won by Cardiff Met, but Bristol regain possession. Chance of a through ball here, they've played it through. Good cover there from Davidson, who lays it back to Forkings. Forkings playing short to Webb. Webb didn't really look up with that clearance. Falls to Bristol, and this long range shot again. Good effort, it's in! Bristol have taken the lead. Hannah Goffey with a long range strike. Forkings will be furious about that. It loops over her head. Met gave the ball away in midfield and were punished in emphatic style. Just 7 minutes gone. Bristol have the lead here, and Met have got it all to do. Mo, what did you make of that?
That seemed to be a sloppy mistake from Cardiff Met, and I didn't think Forkins expected Bristol to take a shot from there, and to me it looked like it was a goalkeeping mistake basically. She didn't seem to be aware that shot was coming, but it was a mistake, Cardiff Met's own mistake.
Well, Met with it all to do early on here now, as Bristol have taken even the first team to score against Cardiff Met in this BUCS season, so really, really good start from the visitors here. Throw into the Archers. Webb plays it back, cleared, only into midfield. Again, it's Bristol picking the ball up. It's their second balls in midfield they're winning, probably too much of for the Archers coaching staff liking. But Larrick now with a chance. Good ball forward. Priest holds the ball up, looks to bring others into play. Priest. It's a good ball inside, but again the Bristol defence holds firm. Priest regains possession though on the Archers' right. Priest, maybe a chance to cross. He pulls it back. Excellent ball back. Can they get a shot away? Evie Griffiths. Again the Bristol defence holds firm and they bring the ball out. Good play from Met, regaining possession. Wide on the right, and it's out for a Cardiff Met throw in. Well, it's been absolutely frantic so far. We've played 8 minutes, we've got a goal, shot chances for both sides. Mo, time to catch your breath maybe.
Yeah, it has been relentless so far. Both teams are playing with a frantic pace at the moment. The game just needs to settle down a bit. Cardiff Met got enough time to get back into the game this half. They just need to play their own game and not to get too disheartened.
Yeah, I think you're completely right there, Mo. I think it's going to be a case of patience for the Archers, but Bristol seem to be winning a lot of second balls in midfield, and Cardiff Met really need to get hold of the ball and try and get their passing game going, but Bristol defensively are looking good. But here's a chance for Larrick now, 25 yards out. Larrick looks to thread it through, but she can't, and again the Bristol defence clear up to halfway. Well, Corn steps in, wins the ball well. Met again, it's congested in there, but they found a ball through. Larrick cleared again by the Bristol defence. Bristol defending really well at the moment. The Met have to look for an opening here. Wide on the Met left. Played back to Davis, played to Webb. That's much better from Met. Those triangles in midfield, that's what they'll be looking to do. And again, they pick the ball up in midfield, Bristol, and look to form a counter-attack there, but Met have got it back. Cleared into midfield. Hannah Goffey really pulling the string. She's the goal scorer for Bristol. A 30-yard looping effort that defeated Amelia Forkings in the Cardiff Met goal to give the visitors the lead after just 7 minutes. And Met just need to calm down, be patient. They've been up against sides like this before. Very defensive, not much space in midfield, but yeah, I think Met just need to get those triangles going, create some chances of their own. But it's Bristol with a throw-in on the far side now. Meg Phillips takes it. Ball crossed in. Another chance possibly for Bristol here. Drops to the edge of the box. Strike. And it's just wide of the post from Stella Morgan. Seems to be a real shoot-on-sight policy mode for Bristol here.
Yeah, Bristol seems to think that the Cardiff goalkeeper got vulnerabilities, taking long shots. So anytime they're outside the penalty area, they look like to be having a crack.
Yeah, and it just seems to be the Bristol number 6, the goal scorer, Hannah Goffey, really trying to pull the strings in there. She seems to be the pivot in there for Bristol, but Met need to close her down and stop these long-range shots. Well cut out from Met. Better play from the Archers, playing through the thirds here. Chance to break, and it's cut out by the Bristol defence again as Priest look to get on the end of that. Congested in that midfield, and Bristol aren't giving them any time in there at all. Goffey plays forward, short ball. Bristol look for the through ball again, but it's Forkings who's out and gathers.
Yeah, it looks like Bristol keep on looking towards the big centre-back, their big striker, Marita Clark. So every time they get that ball, they're just playing direct straight through to her.
Met on the attack now, ball inside. Priest looks to get on the end of it, but it's cleared again by the Bristol defence. They've done well so far, Bristol, restricting the Archers to few chances while taking a chance of their own to make it 1-0. Got a stoppage, yeah, looks like an injury on the far side. Referee McKinch beckons on the physio.
Yeah, it seems to look like the right back Sophia Davidson seems to have pulled up at the moment. The physio's done. It doesn't look too serious at the moment. But
hopefully not, but Met have taken this opportunity to get all their players in. I think it's going to be a case of calming them down. The frantic nature of the game so far hasn't helped the Archers. And looks like Webb giving the instructions here to the Archers side. What do you think she'll be saying to them there, Mo?
I think she's probably just saying to them, let's just play our own game, calm down. We've got enough time in the first half to get back to the game and just play our own game. At the moment, it looks like we're losing all the second balls in the midfield and we're letting Bristol play their game. This is the replay now from the goal, and it just seems to me that Forkins wasn't expecting a long shot to go over it.
Yeah, Met gave the ball away in midfield. Bristol got hold of it, and 30-yard shot over Forkings, 1-0. Play resumes now, a throw to Cardiff Met on the left-hand side. Look for the short one, but it's infield to Larrick, who turns out. Ball wide. Back to Larrick in midfield. Larrick maybe gets a break of the ball there, looks like she's lost it. Good feet in midfield. Again, it's Bristol who cleared, look to break, but pick the ball up, long range effort, straight into the hands of Betty Platt in the Bristol goal.
Yeah, that seems to be Cardiff's first shot on target, second shot on target so far this game, and he just needs to keep playing their game and not just panicking and falling into the trap that Bristol is leaving it for him.
Yeah, I think that's the point Tiggy Webb was making during that short break. Met just need to be patient, and hopefully the chances will come. But it's Platt out again for Bristol to gather. Bristol playing short, to play out from the back. It's long. Priest on the ball now, wide on the Met left, inside, good pass. Larrick, touch from Larrick, touch of handball there maybe from Larrick, but she's dispossessed by Hannah Goffey. And Goffey plays it forward. Another chance for Bristol to break here, but covering from Webb. Inside to Corn. Corn wide. Poor control on the far side, unlucky. Ruby Collerton. Bristol now. The ball in midfield. Not many options. Larrick gets a foot in. And what can Met do from here? Bristol again, four or five behind the ball, not allowing Met to break. That's a clip ball forward. Corn cuts it out, but she's dispossessed. Nearly a chance there. Webb tidies up nicely. Ball played into midfield and laid back Met just looking to take the sting out of the game a little bit here, keeping possession. And that's what they need to do. Wear the Bristol defence down, wear the team down, draw them out, and then strike. Ball over the top. Priest looking to get on the end of it. Bit of indecision, but it's Platt, the goalkeeper who clears, who's out with the goal. Again, poor touch from Goffey, gives it straight to Larrick. And now it's Batsford. Batsford wide. Looking for Collerton, who couldn't get on the end of it, and the ball's out for a goal kick. Mo, quarter of an hour gone. Frantic so far.
It's been absolutely relentless, as I said earlier. It seems to be Cardiff are settling into the game and starting to get to the high press, and we've seen that very Priest now pressing the centre backs there. So this one they've just got to keep doing it. There's a mistake on the centre backs. Start high press and to continue playing their game.
Yeah, I think you're right. I think Met just need to stop Bristol trying to play out from the back, which is what they've done. After that, they really need to make the most of the possession they're gaining. But Bristol defence has been pretty resolute so far, and they'll be happy with the way things have gone. They'll be looking to hit Met on the break, but Larrick picks the ball up. Again, the Bristol defence doing well. It's wide. Played inside to Clark. Clark and his Goffey striding forward. Looks for the ball through. It's cleared by Davis. Into midfield. Griffiths. Larrick now. Griffiths again. Can Priest make a run? Griffiths dispossessed. Well played. And it's played forward again by Bristol. Webb wins the header. And it's Davidson who goes back to Forkings. Forkings looking to play. Plays to Webb. Nice from Cardiff Met. Just drawing the Bristol players out. And beating that press. Chance of a through ball here. Batsford looking to get on the end of it. It's a foot race. It's the Bristol defender who gets there. And Archers win the throw in on the far side. Larrick. Batsford, nice skills. Looks to cross. Might get a second chance. Finds Larrick. Larrick. Under pressure. Larrick shoots. Deflected wide by Eve Rind for a Cardiff Met corner.
Like I said just there, Blatchford and Griffiths needs to be bringing Eddie Priest more into the game. They don't seem to be pushing up as much as whole season. That was the first chance that we've seen a bit of Blatchford on the
Corner for Met then, on the near side. Near post, Priest flicks it, and it's over the bar for a goal kick.
The chance there for not much of a on target, but it is like they are getting the crosses in. It was a good corner there, and it was just a good chance.
Yeah, it's a half chance there for Cardiff Met. They'll be hoping for more of that. It's Bristol play out from defence. Clark tries to control, dispossessed by Corn. Steps in and wins the ball. It's all a bit scrappy on the far side, but Larrick brings it clear. Webb now looking to quicken the pace. Webb inside. Webb play gets the 1-2 back. It's much better from Met. Well played. Chance to go down the wing, but it's come inside back to Batsford. Batsford leaves it for Davis. Priest, excellent from Priest. Turns a marker. Priest, what can she do from here? Good feet from Priest. Cross shot comes in and it's just evades everyone, and it looks like it's out for a goal kick to Bristol.
Good play there from Cardiff. There was a chance Griffiths had a chance to put through Priest just then, but he actually out the ball wrong. Net do seem to be getting into the spaces now, and the game is set.
Morgan looks for Kane down the Bristol right. It's back to Forkings. Met still looking to play out from the back. Have to be careful. Again, possession's wasted. Bristol will give it straight back to Cardiff. Webb shielding the ball. Webb, good strength from Webb. But again, Met caught in possession in crucial areas. Well played from Webb though. Brings the ball clear. Met need to support now from midfield. Play to Batsford. Batsford, can she look up? Good feet from Batsford on. And it's a tackle coming in on the near side. Yeah, I think Met need to be better in possession, I think. Keep hold of the ball. Bristol are pressing them. But here's Larrick looking to make a difference here. Left-footed pass inside. And it's Pearson. Met building the attack patiently. That's where you want to see Larrick picking the ball up there, making things happen. Larrick to Davis. Davis now to Batsford. Batsford comes inside. Ball in. Good defending again from Bristol. It looks like a race on the far side, but it's Bristol who picked the ball up. Played wide, and Bristol are able to get the ball clear up the line. Ball stayed in. Corn retrieves it. Larrick. Nice bit of two-touch play there from the Archers. Webb. Doubles back, plays it back to Corn. Corn looks up, looks for a runner. Was played inside to Larrick. In turn plays it to Batsford. Met building an attack here. Again, cut out by the Bristol defence. Webb forward. Promising from Met. The ball on for Priest. Priest could be in here. Priest with a possible chance, but it's well played by Betty Platt again in the Bristol goal. Bristol really restricting Cardiff Met here. Met looking for those through balls, looking for the runs of Priest. Almost found her then, but Bristol again in defence, looking resolute here. Ball. Scrappy in midfield there. Corn gathers the ball. Back to Forkings. Forkings looks up. Ball to Larrick. It's a good pass from Larrick. That's where Met need to be making those passes. Priest, one-on-one here. Chance for Priest. Can she cut inside? Priest does cut inside. Priest with a strike there, and it's deflected and cleared by the Bristol defence. Davis to Batsford. Batsford, good feet, comes inside. Larrick. Larrick probing now the Archers. Bit of pressure here, but again the Bristol defence holds firm. Chance, long range shot, and it's easily gathered by Betty Platt in the Bristol goal.
Like I said, the Bristol defence is holding up, but Cardiff are getting into the spaces now, and chances are being created. You just need to keep playing their game.
Oh, sorry, my mistake at the back there. Possible chance, but it's cleared again by the Bristol defence. And it's long from Moisan. Clark looking to get on the end of it. It's Corn who goes back to Forkings. Forkings, left-footed strike into the air. Bristol win the second ball, but Larrick almost wins it back for Cardiff Met, but it's Bristol who've got it again. Goffey to Morgan. Morgan, chance, plays the ball through. Almost a chance for Clark, and good defending from the Archers. And it's out, I think, for a corner. Yes, it'll be a corner for Bristol.
To be excellent defending Clark seemed to be straight through, but an excellent start attacking years now.
Corner on the near side now to Bristol. Stella Morgan will take it. Takes the time as Matt looks to mark up in the middle. Bristol with Molly Kane possibly coming for a short ball, but no, it's delivered into the box. It's evaded everyone. Ball drops. Cleared out by Webb. Goffey retrieves though. Bristol ball through. Again, Cardiff Met can't clear their lines. Bristol with a chance to cross maybe. It's a long ball through. It's Forkings who's there for Cardiff Met. Forkings bowls the ball out to Corn. Corn gathers possession on the edge of a box to Larrick. Larrick inside. Evie Griffiths again. Met giving possession away cheaply. And Bristol now with the ball in defence with the goalkeeper, Betty Platt. Plays to Moisan. Moisan, that's an error. Could be a crossing chance. Back to Batsford. Batsford picks it up. Ball into the box. Larrick now. Pressure here building from Met. Chance for Pearson. Pearson crosses to the far post. Almost deflected into her own net by Meg Phillips, but it's a corner for Cardiff Met. And good pressure. This is what the Archers fans and management, this is what they want to see.
Yeah, that was a good panicky clearance there from the start. Cardiff are now attacking through the wings and trying to get into the box.
Corner on the far side for Cardiff Met. Played into the box. Good ball in. And it's out. And it's another corner for Met here. Pressure building. 25 minutes gone as Met look to get back into this top of the table clash here at Kincoid. Corner played in again. It's a good ball. Chance, and evades everyone. Priest, can she retrieve it? Ball back, looks for Batsford, and it's a Met throw in as they look to keep the pressure on here. Larrick in midfield, plays inside. Davidson joins the attack, but again, it's long and straight into the arms of Betty Platt.
Cardiff Met needs to keep playing their game, keep creating the chances. We don't need to panic again. There's a lot of panic play on Cardiff Met, and we're falling straight into Bristol's hands. We need to keep playing their game.
Ball forward there from Corn. Franz Collerton who plays the ball back. Davidson retrieves and it's back to Forkings. Forkings headed on by Collerton there on the far side. Again, Bristol, their defenders first to the ball.
Yeah, the defence is staying resolute at the moment. They're not giving any space to any of the Cardiff attackers anytime. Bradford or Griffiths gets on the wing, they seem to be being closed down.
Throw it on the far side to Met as they look to mount another attack. Gaining 10 yards.
One good thing Cardiff Met have done, they have restricted the prolific striker of Bristol, Martha Clark, to basically half chances at the moment.
Met again look to attack. Ball played inside by Batsford. Again, chance for Batsford to strike. It's into the area. And it's out on the near side for a throw into Cardiff Met. Pressure building, but Met still struggling to find that clear-cut chance. They really need to get back into the game here.
Yeah, it seems to be Bristol are defending extremely deep. Their midfield is keeping on pressing. The midfield basically playing just outside the area, and then they restricted Cardiff to any half chances at the moment.
Met coming forward again. Larrick looking to play the ball through, but it's Moisan there again for Bristol. Could look to counter. Do you think Met, the more players they commit forward, obviously they don't want to get too desperate now, we're only in the first half, but Mo, do you think the more players Cardiff Met try and push forward, there could be danger of a counter-attack?
Yeah, especially with Molly Keane and Martha Clark basically playing up front for Bristol. They are looking to that counter-attack, and Met just needs to be careful and just make sure it's just only the first half and not just get too panicky.
Ball played wide now. Inside again. Bristol there. The second balls, it's those 50-50s that Bristol seem to be winning more so than Cardiff Met. Met's style is to keep the ball on the ground, keep passing, try and play through teams. But Bristol haven't allowed them to do that today. They're so compact between defence and midfield. They haven't offered too much in attack other than the goal, but always, as Mo said, there's always that chance of that counter-attack possibly, and could be a chance here, but good defending from Met on the far side from Davidson.
One thing I have noticed that the game is compact and there is a lot of space on the wings for Cardiff to attack, so Eve Griffiths and Grace Batsford, who are playing on the wing, needs to basically be tugging the touchline instead of basically following the ball.
Yeah, you can see that here. Batsford coming inside to look for it, but Priest has turned a marker. Priest, chance to cross possibly. Priest looks to go on her own. It's out again. throw in on the far side to Cardiff Met, but better from Met. Maybe need to look trying to get, if they've got an overload, if they've got to 3-on-2, look to use it rather than playing more individually. But it is better from Met. Just need that clear-cut chance. Ball comes off the head of Corn on the far side. It's a throw in to Bristol.
One thing I am impressed about Bristol is that they are playing that high press as soon as the ball is with a Cardiff player, and every time they haven't got the ball, they push it back into a back eight, basically.
Yeah. Played across, back to Forkings. Not too much distance on the kick, and Bristol pick the ball up in midfield. This is where they look to prosper. Bristol, chance played wide. There's another effort, good block in the defence there from Corn. Met need to clear their lines, but Larrick picks it up. Looks wide to Collerton. Collerton back inside to Larrick. Met looking to break Batsford. No one outside of Batsford infield, as Mo was saying earlier. Maybe needs to get wider for Cardiff Met. Try and get some joy on the wings, get some crosses into the box for Priest. Corn plays the ball through midfield.
One thing who has impressed me is the number 6 in the middle for Cardiff, Larrick. Here she is with the ball at the moment. She's keeping it simple, making the ball do the work, and trying to get Priest into the game with them through balls.
Yeah, I think Met just need to be a bit wary of trying to force the game too much. Obviously, only just over the half-hour mark, so plenty of time for Met here. But the longer it goes on, the more Met, I think, will try and commit players forward, and that could leave gaps at the back for Bristol to exploit. Good play though, good interplay. Oh, Priest, lovely touch, and it looks like she was taken out there, and she was. And McKinch signals the free kick to Cardiff Met, 35 yards from goal. Real good opportunity here for Cardiff Met to get the ball in the box, maybe look for a knockdown and get that all-important equaliser.
That was an absolute exquisite touch there from Ellie Priest. Bearcamp with it, Bearcamp style, if I'm being a bit too big-headed, but that was quality. We're looking at the chance here and the foul. It was a quality touch from Ellie, put it over the centre back, and she was taken out by Bristol defender there.
Chance now for Larrick to deliver. Instead she goes wide. Davis, excellent cross in. Evades everyone and is running away on the far side, but Collerton looks to retrieve it. Goes back to Corn, and it's out, and it's a Met throw in, 10 yards inside the Bristol half. Met still looking for that equaliser. Haven't been able to find one as yet. Down the line, Bristol clear. Clark holds the ball up. Good turn. Bristol appealing for a foul, but it's play on. Referee waves play on there, but again, possession may have given the ball away. Chance for Bristol to break. Corn, well played, into midfield. Larrick looks up, assesses her options now. Larrick. Everyone comes in field. Out to Collerton, and cleared again by the Bristol defence.
That was another chance there. Every time Larrick picks it up into the midfield, there don't seem to be much movement up front from the Cardiff attackers, from Griffiths, Batsfield, always too much.
Webb and Clark there just clashing. No foul. And ball back to Forkins. Forward to Corn. Plays in field to Jen Larrick. Breaking forward now. Again looks for Priest, but again is cut out by that Bristol defence. Goffey just calms the ball down in midfield. Played forward, Priest. Pearson. Ball breaks to Priest on the near side. Priest, what can she do from here? Cuts back. Batsford looks to get involved. Davis heads forward. Again, the Bristol defence first to the loose ball. Collerton. And Bristol with a chance to clear now.
Seems to me Bristol are winning all these little 50-50s, and every time they do get it, they do seem to clear the ball.
Picked up by Griffiths though. Chance here. Davidson crosses inside. Griffiths, shoot! Good save from Betty Platt.
That was an absolutely beautiful move there by Cardiff Met from the wing into the defence, and it was an actual spectacular save by the Bristol goalkeeper there.
It's much better from Cardiff Met. Quick ball, on the ball early, looking to play inside, make those runs,
Yeah,
create those chances.
we are looking at the highlights here again. And see, it was there where she got into the box, and it was a lovely save from the Bristol keeper.
It's a good save from Platt there, but Met still looking for that equaliser. Corner comes in. Header. Oh, it's just over the bar from Batsford. Corner played in. The keeper was nowhere. Batsford headed goal, and it was just over the crossbar. And Met getting ever closer to that crucial equaliser, but Bristol holding out.
It do seem to be pressure is building at the moment.
Bristol playing short, but again Larrick picks the ball up in midfield. Priest with a chance now. That's an excellent tackle. Good recovery tackle there from the Bristol defender. Goffey picks the ball up, looking to influence the game from midfield. Nice back heel. But it's Pearson who picks the ball up for Cardiff Met. Back to Webb. Webb goes all the way back to Forkings. Forkings to Webb, who's pressed early. Has to play inside. Larrick stretching. And again, it's the Bristol players who are there, winning those 50-50s. Ball down the line from Moisan, looking for Kane. Kane just can't keep the ball in, and it's out for a goal kick to Cardiff Met.
Yeah, it seems to me Cardiff have restricted Bristol to basically half chances now, and it is Cardiff who are on the up at the moment, so not long left till the first half. Just Cardiff needs to just keep playing their game and keep building that pressure up.
Yeah, I think Bristol with that early goal, they've got something to hang on to, and you hope Cardiff Met can overcome that press in midfield, but they need to show a bit more quality on the ball here. They look to play Priest in. Priest after that, good pace from Priest. What can she do from here? Needs some support. Priest gets a header back to Batsford. Batsford, will she shoot? No. Pearson, patient from Met. Priest now. Back onto her right foot, cuts inside. It's away from the Bristol defence. And can Bristol break here? They need to commit players forward. Good tackle from Davidson. Well played, Davidson to Collerton now. Collerton inside. Griffiths. Larrick. Back to Webb. Maybe short for Corn, but Corn retrieves it. Drives forward through the midfield. Corn on the right hand side for Cardiff Met, played inside. Priest looking, and again the Bristol defender is there to clear. Throw into Cardiff Met on the far side. Collerton maybe to take this one.
Yeah, these are the chances Cardiff got. These set pieces, they've basically got to make them count.
Pearson dispossessed by the Bristol defence. Up to Clark, no one up there with her, looks to hold the ball up. It's Davidson who clears down the line. Giving the ball away though here, Bristol. They regain possession very well. And there's a break on here. Martha Clark looking to split the defence. It's through. Corn's after it, but it's Clark who I think is going to get there. Bristol players looking to get into the box. Clark holds the ball up, looks to go past Corn, and Corn defends that well. And clears. Straight to Bristol though. Good spell here for the visitors.
Yeah,
inside, Clark holds the ball up. Chance. And a touch. And Bristol have got a second against the run of play. Molly Kane has scored in off the post.
Seems to be another mistake at the back there from Cardiff. The centre back there, Tiggy Webb, seems to be on her own at the moment, and there was two attackers. It was Martha Clark. Martha Clark was there, and Holly Kane. Can we look there? You see the number 11, Holly Kane. She was basically on her own. Nobody picked it up at all.
Well, there was indecision at the back, and the ball fell to Kane, who made no mistake with the finish in off the post, and it's 2-0 to Bristol here.
Yeah, it seems to me the defence is letting Cardiff down at the moment, and it just seems to me Bristol, whenever they do get a chance, seems to bury them chances.
Well, I think it was that hesitation at the back which left the Cardiff Met defence 2-on-1. But Met really have, it's given away again, and Goffey with a chance to break. It's played to Clark. Clark shoots. Forkings pushes the ball wide. Met really to gather their thoughts now. It's absolutely got shell shock after that goal. It was all Met after Bristol took the lead early on, but again, you've got to credit Bristol here.
we have got to credit Bristol because they have basically played a very good defensive game, and whenever they do counter-attack, they seem to be taking their chances. Here's a save now from Martha Clark's shot, and it was a good save by Hawkins, the Cardiff keeper. But that was another mistake in the centre, in the midfield from the most dependent player for Cardiff, which was Larrick, who gave the ball away.
So Bristol with a corner. Morgan to take. It's low. Look to flick on. Goffey with a chance, and it's over the bar from Hannah Goffey.
Yeah, Bristol have impressed me this half. They basically played a typical away day performance where they basically sat back whenever they haven't got the ball, and now they seem to be pressing Cardiff, and they seem to be looking for, they know there's mistakes in his Cardiff centre backs.
What does the manager say to the Cardiff Met players at half time here, Mo?
Like I said, there's not much movement going on at the subs at the moment, and there's not much movement going on the bench, but they just got to play their game. It's only 2-0. It's still the first half. They've got another 45 minutes, but the risk is that they could lose it in this half by go home.
Yeah, Met will be conscious of that. They don't want to overcommit. They've been caught out twice by Bristol so far, who lead here 2-0 in this crucial top-of-the-table clash in the BUCS Southern Women's Premier League.
It's coming up to half-time now, and just Cardiff need to just calm it down, play their game and not lose the game. They could lose the game if they concede another one this half.
Played forward by the Bristol defence. Goffey controls. Looking for Clark. Clark, will she keep it in? And she does keep it in. Bristol again look to get players in the box. First to it. Looked like a possible handball there from Williams. She gets the ball back. And it's well cleared by the Met defence. Up to Batsford. Batsford looks to turn tackle there. And it's wide now. Davis retrieves the ball. Hawkins clears. And it's back to Davis. Davis looks for Webb. Webb bringing the ball out of defence. Again looking for support. Pearson controls. And it's a good ball wide to Collerton. Collerton, what can she do here? Inside to Griffiths. Griffiths looks up. Again, wasteful from Met, and it's back to Moisan. Plays the ball into midfield. Bristol inside the Archers half now. Headed clear by Davis. Davis and Batsford seem to leave it for each other. Allowed Kane to get in, but it's retrieved by Batsford.
That's what I mean.
Back to Webb.
Another hesitation there from the Cardiff play. Batsford and Webb there, both of the players going for the same ball. That was the mistake that caused the second goal.
Oh, sloppy play at the back from Bristol though. Rare from them. Met, can they profit from it? Well taken from Priest. Priest again. Morgan gets a foot in. Drops here to Griffiths. Goffey's there to clear up, and Morgan plays the ball wide. Clark, can she hold it up? No. Corn, good strength from Corn. Chance of a counter here. Collerton's got it on the Met right. Collerton cuts back inside. Plenty of players looking for the ball. Bishops for the cross. It's in. And Kane, the goal scorer, clears. And Bristol can get the ball away. Inside. Poor control there. Picked up by Davis. To Larrick. Corn now. Again, looking to play through the press, but it's Bristol who win the ball back. Clark. Collerton. Larrick. Met just looking to build the attack again. Bristol, almost 9 players behind the ball here.
Yeah, one thing I have noticed again this half, as soon as Cardiff Met have got the ball, Bristol are sitting deep. The number 4 there, Morgan, who's playing in midfield, seems to be basically playing in their own penalty box most of the time and clearing anything that comes into the Cardiff strikers.
Yeah, I think that's what Met will be looking to do. Would be interesting to know what's going to be said at half time. Obviously, 2 sucker punch goals really, and almost from Met's own making. They made mistakes, but Bristol they've been ruthless in punishing them. Won the long range effort. Second, 2-on-1 at the far post, and Kane made no mistake with the finish in off the post. But for Met, again, it's a typical case of they've enjoyed so much possession, and Bristol have allowed them that. But in that final third, they've squeezed up, and Met have struggled. Let's be honest.
They have struggled. They struggled to create very clear-cut chances because Bristol is not letting them. Bristol defence seems to be ruthless at the moment, and Feenley there, she's marshalling that centre back defence very good at the moment.
Oh, another chance here for Bristol as Clark looks to get on the end of the through ball. Lack of support for Clark. She's going to hold it up. That's a good tackle on the far side from Davidson.
Davidson don't seem to be basically having that injury in the first half is affecting her whatsoever. It was actually good defending there.
Larrick to Batsford. Pearson looks for the through ball. But again, it's Bristol who picked that ball up. And they look for Clark again. Clark, they're an offside. No offside flag. Fawkins can let the ball run out of play on the far side. And that's half-time here at Kincoid. A disappointing half for the Archers. 2-0 to the visitors in this top-of-the-table clash. Someone's 100% record has got to go, and at the moment it looks like it's going to be Cardiff Mets. Mo, what were your thoughts on that first half?
The force of the first half basically seemed two sucker punches from Bristol. They sat deep, and whenever they had the chance, they counter-attacked Cardiff, and they counter-pressed, basically squeezed Cardiff up and made sure Cardiff made two mistakes, and they basically scored in their two mistakes.
What do you think the message is going to be from the Cardiff Met coaching staff at half-time?
They just got to keep playing their game. Just keep playing their game and not panic and not lose the game at the early beginning of the second half.
Cheers, Mo. We'll be back for the second half shortly.
Minutes. 2 goals though completely against the flow of play there for Bristol University, and it leaves the half-time score at Cardiff Metropolitan 0, Bristol University 2. I can't quite believe what I'm seeing, to be perfectly honest, Griff. So it's not been an orthodox half for Cardiff Met by any means, so I want a bit of an unorthodox explanation from you. If that first half performance was a chocolate bar, what chocolate bar is that going to be?
Flake.
It's a flake, is it?
It's all over the place. There's bits flying everywhere.
It's on your hands, it's on the floor, it's on the sofa, you know. It's just you can't deal with it.
Yeah, it's been too messy in the first half. We're seeing Cardiff Met attack with a lot of depth, so their centre-backs are dropping really deep in attack. They're trying to find these passes through to the midfielders. But then when they turn the ball over, they're in a lot of trouble then. Bristol have got the chance to counter. They've got space to counter in. We've seen that second goal came out of nothing. But there was so much space between the centre-backs and the midfielders that Bristol could drive into it. So I should probably tighten up in the second half.
Would that be sort of your standpoint as a manager? If you were to take that half-time team talk now for the Archers as they're out on the pitch, what would you be saying to them? What is your message as a manager? How can Cardiff Met turn this game around?
Tighten up and keep calm, because they've been passing the ball around nicely. They've been reaching the final third. We've had likes of Batsford. She's been picking the ball up right to the edge of the box, and maybe she's been looking for that golden pass, that defence splitting pass too often, and sometimes just put the boot through the ball. Look for that goal, hit on the target. Let's test the keeper. So It's not been too bad of a half for Cardiff Met. Bristol haven't had that many chances on goal. Cardiff Met have had equally as much chances, but they haven't been clinical in the final third and finding those players, finding Ellie Priest, running on the line, finding space in the box. So second half, hope to be looking for Ellie Priest and maybe the likes of Batsford picking the ball and Griffiths picking the ball at the edge of the box and just having a go.
So it's more of a frustrating first half performance as a Cardiff Met fan watching on from there. But we've had 2 great goals though from Bristol University in that game. We've got them coming up on the screen now. Talk me through this first goal here. Against the flow of play, long range effort, it just seems to go in too easily.
It does, but it's a superb strike. You can't fault the strike. And with his second goal, it's just composure in the final third. That's the difference so far. We've got Bristol with composure in the final third, and we've got Cardiff Met without composure in the final third. So, and it's resulted in a 2-0 lead at half time.
Would you say that it's unlucky that Bristol scored those goals from a Cardiff Met perspective, or do you think that actually Bristol worked really hard? Yes, it may have come against the flow of play and how the game was looking at that beginning section. Do you think Bristol actually deserved those goals? Did they work hard for them? Did they pick the Cardiff Met defence attack? Or is it a case of mistakes when it mattered, really?
I think certainly the second goal. They deserved the second goal. They worked it well, they found the space and they utilised it. First goal, maybe a bit of a lucky strike. Maybe Four Kings didn't see the ball correctly because it was coming down, it was dipping fast. So, yeah, second goal, deservedly scored. First goal, not as much, but I think Cardiff Met will be quite happy that it's not 3-0, 4-0. But I think they're confident that they can go into the second half and get 2 goals back, if not 3.
Now, this is obviously not the only football action today for Cardiff Met Football Club in terms of a university perspective in BUCS, because the men's first team have travelled away today to the University of West England to face them in their division. Is that going to be a reflection of this match? One Bristol University against Cardiff Met. Are we going to see a repeat of a Bristol upset in that match as well from the University of West England?
It's going to be a tough match. I spoke to Emlyn last week, the co-manager. He was adamant it's going to be a tough match. Every match in this league is tough. Unfortunately, the Met men's, they got relegated last season, so they're in a lower division. But it's, as Emlyn said, it's going to be every game is going to be a tough match, but they're hopeful, and I think the talent in this BUCS men's side, they can go on and they can push. Some players will be pushing for first team football on a Saturday in the Welsh Prem.
Well, we've actually been mistaken there, because that game's already taken place and we've got the match highlights to look at now, and hopefully from there we can see this example of how you want a Cardiff Met Football Club to play rolled in front of us for us all now.
So here we've got Cardiff Met first BUCS against Ewe first BUCS fixture of the week of the season, and a kick-off Met from right to left. His first start for BUCS. Won the ball in the box. In the area, it's first goal for Met. A brilliant high press there, right in the box, cross the box then, and straight into the back, and they tucked right away in the right hand corner. Oh, beautiful Meg, straight into the box. Met have got a chance here, squaring it back. Well cleared. There's still Met's ball. Oh, it's a blunder! Massive blunder from the keeper. Oh, unfortunate for Kieran Doherty. Oh, beautiful touch from Yui.
It's a tall wall from Yui.
Matter attempting. What a goal! Straight to the top bins! A brilliant goal! An excellent goal. They're ecstatic. You did say that the wall was tall, so they went round it instead.
Absolutely outstanding.
They're playing out the press well. Still going. A nice 1-2 and an opportunity on goal. James, brilliant finish! Final whistle here at Kincoid. It's 4-1. With a very substantial victory for Met, and a great performance as well. Emma Lewis will be happy with that performance.
Hapus mewn ffordd, dwi'n ennill y gêm sy'n bwysig, 3 pwynt. Performance yn iawn, patches dwi'n credu dath ni'n un reit, yr hanner cyntaf, 20 munud ar ôl sgorio 2 gol, ni braidd yn sloppy. Mae'n yn iawn wedyn.
I mean, I'm centre back, so all the boys were looking at me like, why are you taking it? But yeah, backed myself and scored, so...
Na, game anodd. Mae bob game yn y gyngrair mynd i fod yn anodd, dwi'n credu. A mae'r helpu i ffwrdd hefyd, so na, dwi'n edrych mlaen, wrth gwrs. Game cyntaf, positive, 3 points, a gobeithio jyst cario hynny mlaen wrth nesaf ddim yn helpu.
An illustrious victory there for the Archers against the University of West England. Griff, what a game.
Brilliant match. We knew coming into that was going to be a tough match. University of West England, champions last year. They just failed to qualify for promotion. But as Met came down, they had a match-up. First game of the BUCS season. Big match, that is. But Met delivered. They were playing expansive football. We got an absolute cracker of a free kick goal. But yeah, excellent game. Met managed it well, especially in the rain and the wind. But brilliant game.
And now today's fixture is actually against Hartpury University, another sport very much renowned for their illustrious sporting history. What do Met need to remember from this match and take forward into today's game?
I think keep doing the same things. They were playing excellent football. They had width in their attack. They had golden passes. They were splitting the defence, getting in behind, and the defence was quite solid as well. The only thing that was a negative from my standpoint was the University of West England goal. Just a lack of communication there. But I think the Met defence switched off a little bit because they didn't have anything to do really. They were defending well from the front to the back. So just keep on doing the same things.
Amazing. Now, obviously, sport at the end of the day is a team game. There's no I in team. However, there are a number of individuals across the university who should be honoured and who should be featured on this programme, as we've caught up most recently with Charlie Crosby.
So a 4-1 win last week against UE. How much confidence does that give you moving into this game and the rest of the season looking forward?
Yeah, of course. It's brilliant to get off to a good start. It's just stating the obvious really. wanted to make sure we come away with the 3 points. Some really pleasing things about the performance. There's a few things that we felt like we could have done better, so we've tried to put that right this week, and hopefully we can take that into Hartpury today and execute an even better performance than last week.
Cool. And Matty James got a double last weekend. He's playing again today. Is that the kind of performance you're expecting from him on a regular basis?
Yeah, of course. Yeah, Matty's in the team to be creative. He's really tricky. He's sharp. Yeah, he played brilliant last week. Scored 2 goals, which was fantastic. I think the thing that I enjoyed most about Matty's performance last week, though, was how good he was off the ball.
Right.
He was phenomenal in terms of his positioning and how he looked after. He had to look after quite a big space, and he did it really, really well. Really high energy. So, yeah, that's what we're looking for. If he can do the off the ball stuff, and then hopefully his talent will come through when he has the ball.
Awesome. And on a more personal note, I know you're going through an injury rehab on your knee. How long do you reckon it is before we see yourself kitting up for the Archers again?
Good question. I really don't know. I haven't got a timeline on it. Right. So I tore my ACL, and anyone who knows anything about it is, it's a rough injury. It's a long one. I'm getting into late stage rehab now. So I'm changing direction, starting to do some unopposed stuff with the ball, starting to join in with the boys a little bit more. So yeah, it's stimulating. It's nice. So we'll just see how that goes, and put faith in the physio who we have at the club, who's been absolutely phenomenal for me, the support. Trust that process and then see where it ends up.
Well, fab. Well, thank you for your time. Cheers.
Cheers.
Wow, what a player, what a contributor to Cardiff Metropolitan University. He really is a metaphor. He's done exactly what this football club basically stand for, making sure that players come through the system, get their university degrees and qualifications, and it's just amazing to see that Charlie Crosby has chosen to stay in the setup, give back to this community here at Cardiff Met, and really help to develop the game going forward into the future for the club. Now, Griff, I've got to ask you about this second half here. What do this Archer team need to do in order to come away with a victory?
They need to be more compact in midfield, in my opinion. They've been a bit too much space. There's too much space in midfield in attack, I think. You've got the likes of Griffiths. We need to see her on the ball. She was playing on Saturday, bagged the goal. And we just need to get those star players on the ball. We need a connection between that midfield and Ellie Priest up top, because we know she can be lethal in front of goal. So we just want to see a bit more creativity maybe. And let's not be scared of hitting the target, get a shot on goal, try something.
No, absolutely. And before we went to that VT and we started talking about what they need to do in this next half, we got you to sort of put yourself in the shoes of the Cardiff Met manager and think about what you would do. We've actually got a little clip here as to what the manager did actually decide to do. What do you think's going on here? What's being said to their players?
Well, that's something new. So she got them on the field. Brilliant tactic, keeping them out. So certainly, I think she's telling them to stay compact in midfield, really, in defence, because there's, as I said, I think there's been too much space between the centre-backs and the midfielders. So the Bristol lethal strikers have got space to work in, and you don't want to be giving quality players like that a space to work.
No, absolutely. And I wouldn't say it was a hairdryer treatment, but it was a very animated conversation going on there, wasn't it? But we're going to hand straight back over to Matt James and Mohammed Farah for the second half coverage of this scintillating game taking place at Kincoid campus on the Football 3G. We're handing you over to our commentary team now for the second half.
Welcome back to Kincoid campus here for the second half of this top of the table clash between Cardiff Met and Bristol. Cardiff Met 2-0 down at the break and were kept out on the pitch by their manager Stacey Ayling at half time. Had a few stern words, I think, for the Archers, but they'll be looking to get back into the game early. Mo, how do you see the second half going?
Yeah, it seemed Cardiff were out extremely early there. Got a dressing down in the middle of the pitch, Phil Brown style, but by their manager Stacey Ayling. So it looks like Cardiff really look prepared for the second half, and she needs to keep playing their game and not try and go ho and try and get a goal straight away. They need to just keep playing their game, look for the spaces on behind, and just try and create more clear-cut chances.
Mac, get the game underway for the second half. Playing from left to right here as Bristol press early here in the second half. Long from Forkings. Collerton looking to get involved. Collerton plays the ball back. Larrick turns inside to Webb. Webb brings the ball out of defence. And it's wide here to Davidson. Davidson finds Collerton. Collerton, lovely touch from Collerton. Breaks down the wing, plays inside. Pearson. Oh, play there. Griffiths breaks through. Early chance here for Met maybe. Collerton. Can she find the cross? Crosses. It's missed by everyone. Priest. Oh, Griffiths. Almost scrambled clear, but still Met have it, and it's Goffey eventually who clears the Bristol lines. But Met, early pressure again. Pearson just can't find the pass there. Larrick on the ball now. Good start from Met. Good tempo here, Mo.
Extremely good tempo, and they've got in behind through the wings there, and it was really good chance. They did throw back to Ellie Precedent there, but she was crowded by the two centre-backs from Bristol there. But it was a good early chance. That's what they need to be doing.
Throwing here on the near side for Bristol. Look for the flick on. Collerton's there. And a foot in from Pearson. Another throw in for Bristol. Bristol, I think, will just be looking to defend that 2-goal lead. Maybe not commit too many forward. Good, lovely feet there from Clark. Ball drops in midfield. Plays to Collerton. Deflected forward. Priest. Now, can she go one-on-one? Priest breaking forward. Priest. Is there a chance? And Goffey again recovers superbly. But Larrick picks the ball up just inside the Bristol half. Wide. Met keeping the pressure on early, but again it's a poor pass and Bristol can possibly clear here. Goffey, the playmaker, hooks the ball over, and Clark wide on the right. To be fair to Clark, they really didn't have too many options, but it was easy for Forkings and Met looking to increase the intensity in this second half as they looked to halve the arrears here. Back to Corn. Corn played in field. Pearson back to Larrick. Larrick wide, looking for Davis, and back to Webb. In turn plays it back to Forkings, the goalkeeper. Forkings, Webb provides the angle. Inside to Corn. Corn, middle of the field. Inside the Met half. Wide to Davidson. Bristol sticking to their roles admirably here, and they've won the ball back in midfield. Possibly another chance here to break. Clark, Goffey, back to Clark. Well played from Davidson, but Goffey wins the ball back. Falls to Corn. Corn lays it back to Forkings. Kicks long for Cardiff Met. Bounces just inside the Bristol half. Hooked forward by Morgan. Clark. And it's over the top, looking for the goal scorer of the second goal, Kane. Forkings is out to collect. Early distribution there to Davis. Looks for Batford down as a player down. It looks like Corn's down in defence. Referee McKinch goes over to check she's okay. Signals for the physio to come on. Mo, 4 minutes played in the second half. What are you thinking from Cardiff Met?
Cardiff have come out, they have come out fast in this half. They are keeping the ball and they are looking to expose the spaces behind. But Bristol, with their defence at the moment, Morgan, the captain, she seems to be marshalling that defence and nothing's getting through. Priest did just had a chance there to get through. She did pass Morgan, but it was Hannah Goffey still cleaning up and not exposing any space to the Cardiff strikers.
Yeah, I think Goffey's been really influential today. She scored the first, trying to dictate the play in the centre. She seems to be giving directions to the fellow midfielders and defenders. So, yeah, I think they've just got to try and bypass that press. They've got to be a bit clever, I think. Maybe try and get the wingers involved a bit more. But for Bristol, I mean, it's been textbook so far, and they'll be hoping this continues.
Typical away day performance.
Yeah.
Sit back and hit on a counter-attack so far. But it's up to Met at the moment to try and basically use their wingers and try and stretch the game a bit more.
Well, Met have certainly got it all to do here in this top of the table clash. As you said earlier, one side will lose their 100% record, and at the moment it looks like it's going to be Cardiff Met. But can they get back into the game? I think they're going to need a goal relatively early. So they look to do that through Larrick, who picks the ball up midway inside the Archers' half. Spreads the ball wide. Collerton comes inside. Looks for Batford. Batford gets the touch on it to Webb. Webb driving forward now. Quicker from Met now. Lovely touch. And down the wing to Baker. And the ball's cleared out by Feely. Met throwing on the far side now again, looking to speed the play up. Looking for that quick throw. And it's out again. Cleared by Moisan for another Cardiff Met throw in.
Yeah, the Bristol defence seems to be still being volute. I'm extremely impressed by their wing backs. Meg Phillips at the moment, the number 3 at right back, she seems to be playing extremely strong in their defence.
Played in by Larrick, chance at the far post here. Collerton just can't reach it at the far post, and it's out for a goal kick. Bristol, no real rush here. Looking to play out from the back. Platt finds Feely. Feely looks long for Kane. Kane tries to control it, but it's well intercepted by Davidson. Again, the Bristol defence, and Goffey has made a run in the midfield here. If they can find her, it could open play up. Clark, and well swept up by Davidson, who plays it back to Forkings. Forkings finds Webb. Webb, it's another ball inside. It's played Davidson into trouble, but she does well to deal with it. Back to Larrick. Webb forward. Met advancing just inside the Bristol half. Ball played down the line, but again the Bristol defence repel the Archers' attack. And can Goffey attack forward? One for Bristol here. Pearson should make that. Looks for Collerton wide on the right. Collerton back to Pearson. Good play from Met. Batford takes over. Batford forward to Collerton. Collerton loses out, and it's Bristol again who get possession in the midfield. Good ball through from Morgan, looking for Clark, but good covering there from Pearson. Forkings to Webb. Webb back to the goalkeeper, Forkings. Opts for a longer pass to the substitute Baker. And it's gone out on the far side there for a throw into Bristol, which Moisan will take. Infield to Clark. Clark looks to turn. Good tackle there from Matt, and Larrick picks the ball up. Looks for the long ball for Priest. Priest gets goal side. Priest is running through here. Superb chance for Cardiff Met. Can she finish? She does! It's low into the corner, and Ellie Priest has halved the deficit. Cardiff Met 1, Bristol 2, and that is a lifeline, Mo, for Cardiff Met.
That was an absolutely excellent ball there from Larrick, and the Bristol defence did push up, and it was a long ball over the top, and Ellie Priest used the experience and electric pace to leave Morgan. Look at this ball there from Larrick over the top, and Priest is using the electric pace. She's left the Bristol defence and slotted it calmly into the box. 2-1.
Bristol look to respond, but again Met win the ball. Much better from Met. That talking to from Stacey Ayling at half time seems to have done the trick as Met look to come forward again, but it's just out on the far side.
Catching our breath there.
Really are.
We are catching our breath.
Frenetic start to the first half, frenetic start to the second half, but let's hope Met can get back in. They've really given themselves a lifeline there, Mo. We've got over 35 minutes left and it's all to play for, but like you say, superb pace from Priest and great vision from Larrick. It hasn't had as much influence on the game, Larrick, as she has in previous matches, but a superb vision, and Priest makes that run in behind. Once she gets in that position, she's absolutely deadly.
Yeah, there's no stopping Ellie Priest now. That's 5 goals in 2 games now, and she's basically a player on form at the moment.
Sorry, it looked like a handball there from Goffey, but referee McKinch lets play go on. Again, it's poor from Met, and there's a chance here if they find the right pass. Shot comes in, it's wide, and Met get a chance to regroup here. Difficult to know here, Mo, what Bristol are going to do. Do they carry on sitting in, or do they try and come out and maybe try and get a third goal themselves?
It looks like they are looking for the third goal because there's a high press they're starting at the moment, so they are looking for that third goal, which is going to make it in a better second half because the game's going to be much more open. Looking into the chance here at the moment. She could have squared it, Bristol player there. Clark was extremely open, but she went for the shot on her left foot and it just went wide.
Good play here from Bristol. Oh, it's a good tackle from Webb, but again the second ball picked up from Bristol and clipped in behind. Ball played back to Forkings, clears long, and it's Moysan with a good header. Webb though for Met. Moysan again, high into the Kincoid sky here. And Anna Williams gets good skills. She's going for goal there. Forkings had to be alert, but gathers at the second attempt.
Good goalkeeping there for Clerk. It just bounced right in front of her, but she's fully aware there.
Forkings now opts the kick, more direct here from Met. Misjudgment from Moysan, who's had a good game so far, but chance for Batsford to play forward. It's Morgan, the captain, plays to Goffey. And again, it's that intelligence from Goffey, looking for that channel ball, playing percentages there, putting them at defence on the back foot. It's Davis who can play up the line. Good touch from Webb. Oh, lovely interplay from Met. Oh, looked late on Webb, but Priest is away again. She offside? No, the flag stays down. Priest cuts inside, just behind Griffiths, but Batsford to Griffiths. Oh, good tackling again. Again, it's resolute defending from the Bristol defenders there. Met look to come again though. Pearson, Larrick on the left foot, headed clear. Larrick regains possession. Colleton's disappointing from Colleton. That's cleared high again by the Bristol defence. Larrick looks to use that left foot to play wide to Baker. Kane just gets a foot in there. Baker, lovely skills, and leaves Kane for dead. Ball played into the area. Misjudgment. Is Colleton there at the far post? No, it's Betty Platt who gathers the ball for Bristol. I think they'll just be telling her to calm down. Now, period of pressure from Cardiff Met. They're trying to build.
Yeah, that was a good half chance there, but number 12, Cardiff Colleton, she didn't take the risk of going into the box. It was a good ball on the wing from Baxton there, and Colleton just didn't gamble there.
And ball forward from Goffey there. Well intercepted from Davidson. Larrick back to Webb. Webb low ball forward to Baker, who controls well, turns. Again, can't find that pass. That's played forward by Bristol. Webb intercepting. And it's forward to Priest. Can she reach it? She's fast, but she's not that fast, Mo.
No, she's not that fast. But I'm liking the play from Cardiff now. They're going direct straight to Priest there, and they are pushing up. We are looking at the chance here at the moment. There was good tackle there from the Bristol defence. The defence is staying resolute at the moment. But yeah, Cardiff are looking for that long ball and a through ball to Ellie Priest. But what they do need to do, they need to press into Bristol City's half and not give their centre-backs any time to move, because they are playing from the back, as you can see here.
Taken short, Bristol look to play out from defence again, but it's picked up. Battery with a chance. Snuffed out there by the Bristol captain, and it's long. Looking for Clark again. Clark on her own, but she's done well, cuts inside. Clark, there's players over on the far post. Swept up there by Hannah Davis, who clears. Lovely touch in midfield there, Evie Griffiths. Priest gets to the ball, lays it off. I may have got a chance here to break, possibly. Bristol get players back in position. Inside to Batsford. Batsford looks for Priest. Priest looks to get in behind, but again the Bristol defence is there. And maybe a chance for them to forge an attack of their own. Played forward, Webb intercepts. Crunching tackle from Webb, wins the ball superbly. Looks to release Priest. Priest just didn't.
I'm absolutely loving Webb's physicality there. She just went straight into that tackle and used all the experience there to do the tackle and a through ball to Priest, but she was unlucky there.
Kicked clear from Betty Platt, the Bristol goalkeeper, picked up by Larrick. Bristol regained possession. Nice play. Goffey helps the ball on into a dangerous area. Davidson's got to be careful here. It looks short. It was short. There's a chance there for Bristol. Again, Cardiff Met, the architects of their own downfall at times here, man.
Yeah, they are on a counter-attack here.
Here's Priest again, looking to get in behind. Good defending from Bristol. Eve Ryan there, playing the ball wide to Kane. Kane, who scored the second goal late in the first half. Bristol looking for a third goal to possibly secure all 3 points here.
Bristol centre-backs, Morgan and White, have extremely impressed me today. One mistake they did do is when Priest did get him through there, but at the moment they are still restricting Cardiff to half chances.
Griffiths now picks the ball at midway inside the Bristol half, looking for runners there, I think. Instead it's launched long into the area. It's bounced! It's hit the crossbar! Misjudgment from the keeper. I think the famous Kincoid wind took that. It bounces. The keeper was in no man's land and it's just off the top of the crossbar.
It's that bounce. It's that bounce, it is. That bounce, Matthew. As soon as she crossed that ball in, we're looking at the replay here. Actually, we're looking at the Rebs. Extra good tackle there and a through ball to Priest. Well, that chance there was just another chance. She crossed it into the box and the goalkeeper didn't expect that bounce and it hit the bar. So they just got to keep on trying to get into the wing and try and get them crosses into the box.
Goal kick for Bristol here, played short. Looks wide, but it's picked up by Pearson. Headed on by Batsford. Collerton can't collect. And it's Morgan who clears up at the back for Bristol. That's the ball again. Goffey looking to create again for Bristol. This time plays a simple ball, but effective one to Clark. Clark can't get enough on that to play it wide. Ball played forward, but Bristol have got it back. Now with Larrick, gathers possession in midfield and plays the ball back to Forkings in the Cardiff Met goal. Forkings looks wide to Davis, inside to Webb. Davis again, patient from Met, not trying to force it. A lovely touch from Priest. Good run here, a great run here, a chance to strike, saved from the keeper and cleared away by Eve Ryan. Lovely run there from Evie Griffiths from midfield, bursting through midfield. The keeper saves, unconventionally maybe, and it's cleared by Eve Ryan behind for a corner to Cardiff Met, which Griffiths herself looks like she's going to take it.
That was an excellent chance from Griffey. And we're looking at the chance again. She has broken from midfield, seen a lot of space there, and she just went for it. Took a lovely shot there, and it was an awkward save by the keeper's legs there, and cleared by Ryan.
Corner then on the near side to Cardiff Met, which Griffiths will take. Outswinger, and it's headed clear by the Bristol defence just to the edge of the box. Larrick looks to pick it up, but it's sliced away on the far side, and it's going to be a Met throw in.
So Cardiff at the moment, they are putting the pressure up. They are getting the balls into the box. They are getting the chances now. They just got to keep playing their game and just not let Bristol back into the game.
Yeah, Priest seems to have taken up kind of playing more of a winger role at the moment. I think maybe they need to get her more central and try and get the ball into her.
Yeah,
Priest looking to get on the end of this one, cleared again by the Bristol defence and headed on by Clark. Webb clears up, back to Forkings. Forkings to Webb. Lovely turn by Webb. And Webb drives forward there. Good feet from the central defender. Tackled though and gives the ball away. Goffey, touch from Clark. Bristol got a chance here, but they just overplay, and Eve Pearson knocks the ball back to Forkings. Forkings now looks long. Bounces in midfield. Batsford looks to win it, played forward again by Bristol. There's Davidson, neat and tidy, back to Amelia Forkings in the Cardiff Met goal. Looks to use that left wing, looks to the substitute Baker. Priest comes out wide. Priest, plenty of energy from her. Into midfield, looks for Griffiths, but again it's intercepted by Goffey. Played into midfield, well played by Eve Pearson. Ball forward, Priest gets on it. Griffiths just can't beat that defender and get a shot away. And again, it's cleared by the tireless Bristol defence. Inside with Pearson, Larrick gets on the ball. Left-footed. Back to Webb. Larrick, good running from Larrick there, making herself available. Deep ball into the Bristol penalty area, and it's Betty Platt who collects it.
Cardiff are really impressive this second half. They are squeezing Bristol in their own half at the moment, and they are looking to create. They're the only team that's creating the chances at the moment. They have restricted Bristol to half chances this second half.
And a foul on Webb there. Referee indicates a free kick to Cardiff Met just inside their own half, which Webb takes quickly. Seems to be that Cardiff Met are looking.
We're just looking at that lovely turn here by Webb, the centre back there just then.
And whistle's gone on the far side. Looks like an injury or maybe a foul on a Bristol player.
Yeah, it does seem to be a Bristol player down at the moment. Just looking at if it's an injury or if it was just a foul or if there's a substitute coming. No, she has got back on her feet now.
And the Bristol player gets back to her feet. I think it's going to be a drop ball here. And it's referee McKinty drops the ball uncontested, so Met regain possession. Full control on the far side. It's played back. Managed to win it back. Larrick plays it forward. Again, Bristol clear the ball out of defence, and maybe a chance to break here. Forward looking for Clark. Davidson there. Inside to Pearson. Larrick calling for the ball and receiving it. Larrick back to Webb. Larrick looking to influence the game. Getting in good positions and plays the ball forward to Griffiths. Griffiths, good feet from Griffiths. Priest is there. Priest with another chance. Oh, it's just deflected away by the Bristol defence. Goffey now. Plays the ball forward, headed on by Clark. Pearson there. Larrick. Looks for the quick ball, but again, read by the Bristol defence. Larrick. Left-footed. Infield, Batsford. Heavy touch, but she gets away with it. Batsford, inside. Griffiths, looks up, shoots! Griffiths! Oh, it's hit the bar! Oh, it's hit the bar, a wonderful effort, but it's still there. And Priest. Oh, Betty Platt gets her hands on it, but what a strike there from Evie Griffiths from long range. Comes down off the bar.
That was
Is it over the line?
No, it wasn't over the line, but it was an absolutely spectacular shot there from Griffiths. As soon as the Bristol defence tried to block it off, but she took an early shot and it just cannoned back off the bar. One thing that has impressed me about Cardiff Met this half is that their wingers are literally hugging the touchline, and basically there's a lot of space.
Griffiths well played. Batsford tries to look for long range now, and Platt's equal to it and gathers at the second attempt. Better from Cardiff Met midway through the second half here. Still 2-1 down, but plenty of time to go in this top of the table clash between the Archers and Bristol.
You just got to keep playing their game. Cardiff were extremely impressive this half.
Larrick well played in midfield, but it's Evie Griffiths again looking to fashion something. Bristol defence saw what she was going to do. Goffey again plays the ball forward. Batsford hooks on. Griffiths is there. Can she get it under control? She can. Lucky from Griffiths. And the ball breaks wide to the substitute Baker. Long ball to Collerton. Oh, it's a lovely touch from Collerton. Again, 2 Bristol defenders there marking Ruby Collerton, and it's Bristol who can clear. They've gone up the line. Davidson there to cover. Clips the ball into Collerton. And the lino gives the throw in to Cardiff Met. 25 yards from the Bristol goal. Throw inside to Larrick quickly. Larrick unmarked. Looks up. Plays inside to Batsford. Batsford back to Webb. Webb quickly switches the ball wide to Davis. Davis moves the ball on to Baker. Lovely build-up from Cardiff Met. They just can't find that killer ball. Priest closes down. Great energy from Priest. But Bristol beat the press and play out of defence very well here. Look for the ball into the channel. And Bristol have got a chance here. Oh, Davidson's there. Bristol carry on. It's Gloria Kelly, I think, on the far side. But good covering from Cardiff Met. But they have to be aware of this, Mo. The more they commit forward, they're always susceptible. Some of those balls through from Goffey in midfield, looking for those channel balls. They've got to be aware.
We're looking at the highlights here from Griffiths from the shot that hit the bar. The keeper was in no man's land. She didn't even expect that. But yeah, Cardiff got to watch out for that counter attack at the moment. They are pushing up. They are squeezing Bristol into their half. But like I said, Bristol, like the first half, them 2 sucker punches. One ball over the top. Kelly was through there. And Marta was waiting in a box for the tap-in. But, like I said, Cardiff's just got to be aware of that.
Throw in then to Bristol on the far side. Just over 20 minutes to go here. Ball thrown in, flicked on by Williams. Met clear, only as far as Griffiths. Priest looks to get on the end of that. Still needs support, though. Priest. That's intelligent play by Priest, but she's robbed of possession. Bristol look to counter. Good tackle, and Webb's there on hand to clear it up. Played inside. Griffith. There's a ball on here for Priest. Priest! Is this the moment? Priest cuts back inside. Finds Collerton. Collerton shoots. Oh, it's in! Collerton, it's over the keeper. It's 2-2 here. Priest to Collerton. Great finish into the top corner. The keeper stood no chance, and the Archers are level here with just under 20 minutes to go. But Mo, what a finish there.
That was just another spectacular play, picked up by Webb there. She passed it over to Priest. Priest could have went it on her own, but it was a lovely assist. She laid it off to Collerton, and Collerton one touch to set it up on her right foot and just chipped the keeper. 2-2, 20 minutes to go.
Bristol looking to come forward now. Interesting to see what Bristol do here, how they play out this last sort of 18 minutes. Do they go for the win, or do they try and hold on to what they've got? Met have been comfortably the better side in the second half, but Bristol have posed problems at times, and Goffey looked like a handball there from Goffey. As she goes past Webb, intercepted, and again it's scrappy in midfield, but Webb, physical, wins the ball, dominating there, but it's given away. And it's Bristol with a chance. I think Clark's offside, but it's played into the box. Pearson needs to be careful. And clears well. Collerton, the goal scorer. Inside Larrick. Oh, unlucky from Griffiths. Could see what she was trying to do there. Just didn't get the angles quite right. Collerton wins it back for Met and plays it to Pearson. Pearson to Batsford. Met looking to impose that passing game on their visitors, but Moisan gets a foot in. Back to Webb though. Webb looks up inside to Larrick. Larrick asking for options. It's played in behind. Priest could be in here again. Priest, good defending.
Good defending there.
Rind again there, right at the back. Unconventionally a number 10 playing at centre back, but she did well there, Mo.
Very good football intelligence there from the centre back, Rind and Morgan. Basically, we play well, but Priest is getting into the spaces now, and she's making that Bristol defence. She's asking questions about them.
Corner for Met then. Swung in dangerously. Only cleared to the edge of the box. Larrick should pick this up. Larrick opts to clip the ball back in. It's just over the bar again.
Yeah, I think Laverick, there's a good chance there from Laverick. Cardiff need to just keep playing their game. Now they have got Bristol extremely worried. There's quite a few, there's a bit of time left, and I don't see Bristol sitting back. Bristol are going to they're going to look to go for it as well. It's going to be an extremely good quarter of an hour that's left of the game.
Wide on the near side, Bristol can clear. They're looking to start an attack of their own here, but good cover from Davies. He's done that really well today, Davies. He's covered the centre backs and stopped quite a number of Bristol attacks starting early. But Matt, they'll be looking for all 3 points now, and Larrick picks up the ball again, spraying it wide with that left foot, but it's short. Moisan can intercept. Ayling looking to get the ball back in play quickly. Davis takes the throw, flicked on, looking for Griffiths in midfield. Griffiths, could you get on the end of it? It's bobbling around in there. Looked like a possible handball there from Bristol, but play allowed to go on. Referee right on the spot. It breaks the midfield. Goffey now picks the ball up, plays it through left-footed, and again Davidson there to cut that ball out. Larrick spreads the ball wide to the goal scorer, Colleton. Can she drive now? No, she drops the ball back inside. Pearson finds Larrick again. Larrick having more of an influence on the game now. Plays the ball to Griffiths. Again, the Bristol defence, but Colleton gets a foot in, and it's a free kick to Bristol on the edge of their own box.
Good defending there again from Ryan, the centre back, the number 10 there for Bristol. But like I said, Cardiff are getting into, they're asking questions of that Bristol defence. I like in the number 12 Cardiff, Colleton, the goal scorer. She is hugging a touchline now, and her and Griffiths are asking more questions of this Bristol rearguard.
Yeah, I think it's a cheap free kick to give away there, especially when you've got the Bristol defence under pressure, and free kick is launched long into the Cardiff net half. Pearson's there, and Davidson clears. A bit of indecision there, but it's back to Fawkins, and Fawkins can clear up to Colleton. Colleton looking to turn. Buffeted by Meg Phillips, but she finds Pearson. Plays it back to Fawkins, and Met can build again here through the goalkeeper. Infield to Larrick. Larrick looking for options. Finds Griffiths, back to Larrick. Good from Met. Quick, incisive passing here, but again the Bristol defence closed down. Well played from Batsford. To the substitute Baker. Baker looks inside. Priest picks the ball up. Back to goal. Goffey's there. Webb now. What can she do here? Back to Batsford. More patient from Matt. They're back in the game. Good interplay. Priest takes the ball well. Priest looking up, assessing her options, tries to find Colleton. And away, looking for Clark, but Davidson superb, calm at the back, finds Pearson. Pearson plays the ball to Larrick just inside the Bristol half. Larrick on that left foot, it's a lovely ball wide from Larrick. Superb, finds Baker, Baker crosses. Griffiths is on the edge of the box. In space, Colleton again. Oh, it's poor from Colleton really. Plenty of options there. And it's Bristol who can clear, but Pearson sweeps the ball up, finds Webb. Webb again driving forward, looking down the Archer's left. The ball drops in field for Priest, who for once miscontrols it. And it's out on the far side, and it's going to be a Bristol throw in.
It was Morgan there again, sweeping around for Bristol. But Webb and Davidson at the back for Cardiff have extremely impressed me, the way they handled Marta Clark today. They haven't given her a sniffer of a chance in the second half.
And we've got a substitution here for Bristol, so the impressive Hannah Goffey's gone off, scored the first goal from long range. And on comes Layla Treacher. And referee there just indicating the throw in needs to be taken back a few yards. And it's Bristol who get the game underway. Throw in from Lizzie Moisan. Webb picks the ball up and she's tackled. Played back, Davidson finds Pearson. Pearson coming forward. Played into Priest. Lovely control from Priest. Good feet. Oh, the ball's broken here. It's a chance. Griffiths just couldn't get the ball out of her feet. And the Bristol defence can clear infield.
That was good.
Finds Morgan. Oh, it's a foul on Morgan.
Yeah, Griffiths was through there from a deflection, but it was good cover from the right back. Meg Phillips there for Bristol at the moment.
Bristol now with the ball in midfield, looking to come forward. Nice bit of interplay. Clark's got a chance here. Well played from Webb. Another chance. Oh, they've opened the Met defence up here, and there's a chance. Oh, it's a good save. Stella Morgan with a chance, but Forkings read it superbly and bowls the ball out quickly. Can Met break themselves? Looked like a late tackle. Priest just couldn't beat the marker, and it's Feely clears for Bristol. Straight to Webb. Webb inside to Davidson. Davidson's been impressive today, Davidson. Plays the ball forward to Larrick. Larrick looking to break into the Bristol half. This is better from Matt. Griffiths. Oh, it's a lovely ball through. Griffiths. Oh, and was Priest held off it. There's a tangle.
Yeah, it seems to be Ryan is down. She used their body. She used their body there against Priest, but Priest was extremely through. But it looks like Ryan used all their experience there to make sure the ball goes back to the keeper.
Yeah, Priest was looking to peel off Rind there, but just couldn't get away from her.
Yeah, there's the highlights again. It's a through ball there, but it looks like Ryan used all the experience. They looked like a tug of the shirt there, but it looked like she used all the experience to block out Priest
Baker,
there.
the substitute, looks to put Morcine under pressure, and the defender clears. There's a Met throw, 25 yards out.
The last 10 minutes now, Met needs to go for it or just keep playing their game.
Griffiths to beat a marker. Space this side, but it's the Bristol defence who are allowed to clear. Davidson back on her heels and clears, gives the ball back to Forkings. Forkings goes long. It's a good kick from Forkings, but Davis on the far side unable to keep the ball in, and the Met bench trying to get the ball into play as quickly as possible here. They want the win here, the win that would take them top of the table and keep their 100% record intact. At one stage today, Mo, it looked like that wasn't going to happen, but they really got back into it in the second half.
Second half, they looked like that, telling off that they got at half time. Basically, must have hit a nerve, and it's been all Cardiff this second half. That last chance there from Bristol was the only clear-cut chance they had. It's been all Cardiff second half.
Yeah, that talking to from Stacey Ayling at half time really seems to have done the trick for Cardiff Met, but it's still at times in possession, giving the ball away maybe more than the Cardiff Met coaching staff would want, but it's more control. See now here as the attack builds, Larrick on that left foot looks to bend the ball in the channel for Priest. She's got away, tight angle, cuts back, and again the foot in from the Bristol defence. Baker back, and Moisine forced to head the ball behind for a Cardiff Met corner. The pressure's building with just under 9 minutes remaining here at Kincoid. Can Met snatch that all-important victory?
That was another good through ball there from Cardiff, straight to Ellie Priest. She tried to cut in, but Feely and Morgan basically blocked it out. But the chances are coming.
Corner comes in from Met. It's a good ball in. There's a chap headed off the line. Well defended, you have to say, from Bristol. But Met, the ball's still alive. Cross comes back in. It's hooked goalward. And it's hooked goalward by the defender. Hannah Davis. But again, Betty Platt equal to it.
That was a good corner that come into the box, and it was a good clearance off the line there by Rind again.
Bristol again looking to play out from the back. Oh, looks like a push in the back there. And it's Gloria Kelly who looked like she barged into the back of Hannah Davis, but Webb will take the free kick by the looks of it. Will she go long or will she look to play? I think this could be going long into the box.
Looking at that foul again, it didn't seem...
It's a poor delivery in all honesty, but Colleton with a chance to retrieve it on the far side, on the near side. Keeps the ball in, but it's back with the Bristol defender. It clears the ball up the line, and there's a break on here. If they play this right, Bristol, it's played it inside. Oh, well played, Davidson. Back to Larrick. They need to move the ball quickly now, Matt. A few Bristol players out of position. Webb brings the ball forward. Playing into Griffiths. Griffiths turns. So Batsford, rather fortuitously falls to her, but Bristol just looking to play Clark in again, but that looked like a foul, but the referee's allowed play to go on, and Clark looks to get on the end of that through ball. Davis faces her, but Clark's done well. Cuts inside, there's chances to cross, but Hawkins equal to it and gathers comfortably at the first attempt. Hawkins telling the Met defence, get out. She's desperate for the 3 points. Kicked long and left-footed to the far side. Substitute Baker wins it. Can Priest keep it in? She has kept it in by the looks of it. There's no flag. Priest. Back to Griffiths. Will Griffiths shoot? She tries her luck. She shoots. Betty Platt gathers at the second attempt.
Good save there from Betty Platt, and there was a good little attack there from Cardiff on the wing. Baxter to Ellie Priest again, and Priest laid off, and she took a good shot, but a good save from the keeper.
A little bit aimless there from Bristol. Not often they give possession away too cheaply, but they have there. They've regained it again. Driving forward. Ball inside Davidson there. Plays the ball back to Hawkins. Hawkins. Quick kick forward. Met players didn't seem to react there, and it's picked up in midfield by Morgan. Morgan rides the tackle of Griffiths and just seems to smash the ball against Baker, but throw-in goes the Cardiff Met. And with just under 5 minutes remaining, it's 2-2 here in this crunch game at the top of the BUCS Southern Premier Division. As you said, both sides going into the game with 100% records. Priest will look to change that, will she? But the linesman's flag is up on the near side. Kevin Russell, the linesman, doesn't miss much, and it's an offside given. And Bristol can reset here.
Yeah, we're looking at that shot again from Cardiff. Good save by Platt from the Bristol keeper. But yeah, last 5 minutes. It looks like which team's fitness is going to hold and which team is going to get that one chance and take it.
Yeah, I think we're looking at maybe a little bit of quality, or will it be a mistake? Just as Griffiths just tries to slide Priest in, but Moysan can allow the ball to run out, and it's a goal kick to Bristol. Mo.
Yeah, that final ball, most of this has let down Cardiff a lot this game, but they just need that one chance and they need to bury it.
Yeah, it could be a question. They're looking to be a bit too precise, but they won't care how, if they do get a winner here, they won't care how it comes, and it's Pearson. Met on the attack. Batsford, disappointing from Batsford there. She looks to play the ball forward. Pearson, under pressure, plays the ball back to Davidson. Davidson, well played. Pearson again, gets away from a marker and plays the ball inside. Webb calling for it and gets it. Webb striding forward now. Just didn't read that, Hannah Davis. Miscommunication. Webb played the ball, thought Davis had made the run, and she hadn't, and it's out on the far side for a Bristol throw in. Just 3.5 minutes remaining, and who do you think will be the happier of the two sides, Mo?
I think if you look at it, it would be Cardiff, because they were 2-0 down and Bristol had so many chances in that first half. Cardiff came back, the performance has been much better the second half, and they'd be the happier team.
Still a bit of time left though. Either side could win this and put down an early marker in the championship race, but it's Bristol who have the ball now. Played forward on the Archers' right. It's clipped forward. It's a nice ball, but Meg Phillips just can't control it. Maybe tiredness beginning to set in as Met look to attack. Ball missed in midfield. Oh, slight misunderstanding between Priest and Griffiths, but Priest has regained possession. Can she find Griffiths? Griffiths, one-on-one. Griffiths going through. Griffiths, great chance. Through on goal. Is that a penalty? They didn't really appeal, to be honest. The referee unmoved, but that's the sort of chance Cardiff may have got to take, and Griffiths remains down.
Yeah, Griffiths does remain down. She was through, but it was another Ryan using all the experience again. Griffiths was through there. She delayed it. She did not take a chance, and Ryan she just passed it out of the way. A bit of physicality there, but she does look down at the moment. Griffiths could be cramp, might have be playing in, or she might have pulled a cramp there because she was clearly through.
I think it's a touch of cramp there, Mo, but we're going into the last 2 minutes. Really big effort needed now from Met. They've put everything into it this second half. You know, they had that telling off from Ayling, kept them on the pitch at half time, seems to have done the trick, but that third goal could be vital come the end of the season.
It definitely could be.
Bristol have the ball now. Met need to keep aware defensively, and they do. Davidson, well played, shepherded the ball back to Forkings. Forkings clears only as far as the Bristol midfield, and Morgan drives forward. Morgan with a chance, shoots, good defending. But Morgan retains possession. Clever back heel inside. Kelly shoots. It's high. It's got in. Oh, disaster for Cardiff Met. Bristol go into a 3-2 lead. It's been all Archers this half, but again they've been undone by an absolute sucker punch of a goal. The ball over Forking's head, and it's heartbreak here for Cardiff Met. Bristol have had so little of the second half. The Archers have created chance after chance, but it's Bristol who look like they're going to take all 3 points in this key game at the top of the table. The Archers' 100% record looks like it's gone, and in some style there, Mo.
Yeah, we're looking at the highlights there again. It's like that one chance, Bristol. We didn't see them all second half. They were basically sitting back in their own, being all Cardiff, and that one chance they pushed up, they took a shot and they scored. That's what top of the table clashes are, is the teams that take their chances at the end of the day.
Cardiff now. Cardiff Met looking to respond. Collerton scored the second goal for Met. Looks inside for Priest, tries to get a body in but can't, and it's Bristol who've got the ball again. Cleared down the near side. It's a Cardiff Met throw in. Time ticking on as we're over the 90 now. It's the last gasp for Cardiff Met. Larrick looks inside. It's given away and Bristol can clear. Oh. And we've got a substitution and a Cardiff Met throw in, it looks like, on the near side here. No, it's a free kick. And going off is Marita Clark here. And she'll take her time, just running the clock down now as Bristol make that substitution. Pearson prepares to take the free kick. Bristol camped on the edge of their own box. Gone inside to Larrick. Larrick looks up. It's last gasp here for Met. They've got to get the ball into the box, but again it's cleared. Batsford looks to keep the ball alive for Met. Can Collerton get there? Collerton stretches. She's kept the ball in. Pearson played it in. And Bristol clear again. Just the one up front for Bristol now, as you'd expect. Batsford wins possession. It's a free kick to Cardiff Met. Is this going to be their last chance, Mo? They've got to get that ball into the box. They've got to get that equalising goal.
They've got to look to basically hit it into the mixer and just look for that. It's going to bounce and just try and take that half chance and just try and get a goal to equalise.
Larrick with it, takes it left-footed. It's clipped in and again headed clear by the Bristol defence. Batsford. He looks like jogging back in. But again it's cleared by Bristol defence. Late on here at Cardiff Met. Is there going to be late drama at King Coyd here? There has been so many times. Larrick with a chance on the left foot. She shoots. Oh, it's over the bar. She's just got to get on target, and that is the final whistle. The final score here. The Bristol players celebrate. The Archers players, some of them drop to their knees. It's Cardiff Met 2, Bristol 3. A late goal from Gloria Kelly was the difference. The Archers, a much improved second half performance, but they'll rue some of those chances missed and some of the lack of concentration in the first half. Mo, 3-2 to Bristol. It was frantic at times. Met, you thought had done enough. They got themselves back into the game after that talking to from Stacey Ayling at half time. She kept the players on the pitch, but it just wasn't enough. That sucker punch, as we spoke about, that they defended superbly, Bristol, and the chance fell to Gloria Kelly at the end, last minute, and it loops over Forkings to give Bristol the win.
Yeah, it was a game of two halves, it was, Matt, and it was an excellent game of two attacking teams, and it was a game of two halves. Bristol all first half, Cardiff all second half, but it looked like that one chance Bristol got, they buried it, and it was Gloria Kelly again last week. She did that against Exeter, 30 seconds left till the game finished, and she scored the winning. She scored to make it. She scored against the last game, and she scored the winner today as well. She's a player that looks like to be popping up. But Cardiff were extremely impressive in the second half. It was just that the team that took their chances at the end of the day. Cardiff had a lot of chances in the second half. It was just unlucky at the end of the day.
Thanks for that, Mo. It really has been a top of the table clash that hasn't disappointed, although for the Archers it's a tough one to take. Back to you in the studio, guys.
What an enthralling game of football to watch. A disappointing result, though, for the Cardiff Met side. They lose at home 3-2 to University of Bristol. Griff, let's talk about that second half. It started off with the loss of Corn, a key defender for that Cardiff Met side. Would you say that was the turning point in the game?
Possibly could be. She was a starting centre-back on Saturday. She was a starting centre-back today. She's cool on the ball. She's got great skills. She can pass the ball out of the defence. It was a big loss. But I don't think that was the biggest factor, anyway.
But you mentioned that she had a strong game on Saturday, though. There were 4 of them from the Saturday match that started in that game, or played in that game, that started in this match as well. Will there have been some tired legs out on that pitch? Was it the right call to play those players in this fixture?
I think it was the right call. Maybe should have taken them off a bit. Say Evie Griffiths, she played a full 90 on Saturday, starting off on left back and moving into the midfield. So she's surely going to be tired, and he was seeing her struggling after that chance on goal. She went down, I think, with a bit of cramp. So certainly tired legs out there. Could have made a big difference taking them off, really, and putting some fresh legs on. But also, people with those talents, they can make a difference on the pitch.
Now, despite the Archer loss, we shouldn't discredit Bristol at all. It was a great performance from them as a team. They worked well in that second half to ride the wave of Met scoring those 2 goals to bring it level. They had a great game out there today, and that final goal really capped off a fantastic team display, didn't it?
Oh, brilliant goal at the end there. Brilliant goal. Went over the keeper. There's nothing she could do about it, really. But yeah, great strike and a great performance, because Met, when it looked like Met had everything going their way after that second goal, we all thought in this studio here that we were going to see a third goal in Met's favour and not in Bristol's favour. So they did well to manage that momentum from Cardiff Met, and they shifted that. They went against the momentum and scored the third goal of their own. And a brilliant performance, really. Especially, they knew that Cardiff Met had those dangerous players, especially up top, and the defenders, they're defending really deep there. They're really deep defensive block, and they managed our fast attacking players well. So all credit to them.
Yeah, they remained very calm and composed throughout that half, didn't they? Because despite the pressure very early on from Cardiff Met, those 2 goals, as we've said, and the fact they worked together as a team well, we did see them at one point as well. They dropped all the way back. All 10 of their players from the outfield were defending with their lives, really, as Cardiff Met were thrashing to get another goal, weren't they?
Oh, it was brilliant defending. It was really was. Brilliant work ethic. It was obviously something they talked about before the game, because everybody was on the same page. Everybody is sprinting back, getting behind the ball, getting people in the spaces. So Cardiff Met couldn't find their dangerous players. They needed that pass in through the defence, and they couldn't see it because it was just so congested in that final third from Bristol.
What do Cardiff Met do now moving into next week? What do they need to identify from this match and fix before that fixture?
I think a way to get the ball into Priest and into their dangerous players. Gustafsson had a great game. Batsford as well. She was receiving the ball in these half spaces. She was able to turn with the ball, but there was no connection then with Priest. So as we saw in the second half then, Evie Griffiths got more into the game. She got more into a more advanced position, got more of the ball then, and was able to work with Priest, especially as we saw that final chance there. Priest dropping in deep and Griffiths going on the run, a brilliant touch, getting in on goal, but a brilliant tackle from Bristol to stop it. And so to keep more connected would be the message from me to get for the next game.
Absolutely. Now, before I say goodbye to you, Griff, and we move pitch side to Mohammed with the captain of Cardiff Met today, we spoke at half-time about what chocolate it had been in the first half. What chocolate were Cardiff Met at the end of that match? Just very quickly, one sentence.
Flake.
They were still a flake.
Still a flake, but for different reasons. Solid chocolate bar, but still some loose ends.
Well, there we go. So Cardiff Met women's football team today were a Cadbury's flake. You've heard it here first. Other chocolate bars are available. But we now go to pitch side with our reporter, Mohammed Farah.
You have questions ready now? Yeah. Mohammed Farah from Cardiff Met TV, speaking to Grace. Grace, what do you think of the team's performance today?
Obviously, we're a bit disappointed because last week we came out strong. Good performance, we got the 3 points, but today wasn't really the same. Few individual mistakes I don't think anyone played the best today, but it's something to work on, and we know what we have to do now next week.
Okay. Yeah, you mentioned mistakes. It was a few defensive mistakes. Did the team concentrate too much on attacking and neglected the defensive game?
No, I don't think that's the case. I think it was just one of them where we weren't switched on, and I think there was a few moments in the game that we didn't get right, and they capitalised on it. They're a good side. We knew that going into it, and if we're not on our A game, then it wasn't going to come for us. So.
Yeah, the two Bristol goals were defensive mistakes from Cardiff, but in the second half, you guys did come out fighting. Was that due to the manager's intervention in the second half?
Yeah, I guess so, and obviously team spirit. We're a strong-minded side, and all the girls want to win. So that showed in the second half. But again, if you don't get it right always, it's not going to work for you. So we go again next week.
Yeah. So do you think the game was basically Bristol taking their chances? Because Cardiff Met did come back strong in the second half, and there was a lot of chances to take the lead in the second half, but Bristol did sit back deep. Do you think their defensive performance was good, or was it not Cardiff taking their chances in the second half?
Yeah, I mean, they're a solid side, and they showed that today, but we didn't play as well as we know we can, so I think that that affected us.
Okay, so following on that from that performance, what do you think Cardiff need to work on for next week's fixture?
There's a lot of things. I mean, if we said at the start game, if we played like we did last week, we would have been fine. Just keeping our heads and working together as a team, and I think obviously building confidence back up now from today's game is going to be important. So.
Okay, thank you for that, Grace.
Thank you. Cheers, guys.
Hi, Stace. Mohammed Farah calling from Cardiff Met TV. Do you think that was a game of two halves, or was it basically defensive performance let Cardiff down?
Yeah, I think to reiterate what Grace said, unfortunately a couple of mistakes from our behalf today, but credit to Bristol. They came here, they frustrated us, they didn't allow us to play, they were aggressive, and they came in with a game plan and they executed it, and credit to them, they got the result they wanted today.
Yeah, we did see you keep the Cardiff players on the pitch in half time. Do you think your intervention hit the players, and did you think that basically helped Cardiff? Because you did come back really extremely strong in the second half, and basically it was Bristol taking their chances and Cardiff not taking their chances. Do you think your intervention impressed the players?
I'm not sure a case of impressing. I think I just reiterated to them that you know, we've had the luxury previous weeks where we've had time on the ball, and I think the girls had come accustomed to that today we didn't have that privilege. So we were guilty of maybe taking one too many touches and not moving the ball quick enough. So yeah, just spoke about that at half time and how maybe second half we need to be a bit more direct and try and push forward a bit more.
Okay. And is there anything Cardiff needs to work on going into next week? Because second half, like I said, you did come on strong, and it was just basically small little chances that you guys didn't take. And what do you think Cardiff need to work on going into next week's fixture?
I think there's a lot to work on. Obviously, we're a completely new side this year. We've only played together 3 times now, and at times that shows. So there's still plenty of time for the girls to get to know each other. Again, we can watch the footage back and work on some of the mistakes. And some of them are just errors, and unfortunately they happen in every game, but they capitalised on them today, so it cost us. But we go again next week, we'll push in training, and we'll make sure that we're pushing for the 3 points next week.
Okay, thank you for that, Stacey. Bye now.
Well, it might have been all about the Archers in that second half, Dav, but it was Bristol that ended up hitting the bullseye today at Kincoid campus. The coach there, again, just laying it out for us. They needed to be more direct in the way that they were playing, and that time's going to be their friend, really. You know, as time goes on, they've got a very new squad, a very young squad.
Yep.
They're going to gel together. They're going to learn to play a lot better on that 3G pitch. And interestingly enough, that the captain actually referenced back to the game against Portsmouth that we were able to see the highlights of a couple of weeks back now. That was a phenomenal display from the Archers. Do you think that they need to go back to that performance as well?
I mean, that would be amazing if they could. Obviously, you can't pick and choose when you have that kind of performance. You need to be like that every week. But like you said, and like the coach said, it's only been 3 games. We need to give them time to gel, become a cohesive unit, and then they can get those consistent performances.
Amazing, absolutely. Now, you've been out across Kincoid campus today. What is the buzz like amongst this BUCS Wednesday here in October?
Well, buzz around campus on Wednesday afternoons are things that go well together on Cardiff Met campus. So there's been so much going on, but the best crowd that I saw today was at men's thirds rugby. It was fantastic. There were so many people there, up screaming, shouting. They had a couple of tries early, which I think got them going. So much atmosphere. It's been so fantastic to walk around and see so much sport. I went down to hockey, saw the women's 5th team, and the best thing I saw there were loads of the lads from the men's first team sat, supporting, watching, giving encouragement. They all seemed really, I'm going to use the word again, cohesive. Everyone supporting each other. It just seemed like such a great vibe down there. They were having a really good time.
It's beautiful to see, isn't it? Across any university or any campus, it's kind of unrivaled to what we have here. This massive sporting family, everyone, no matter what team or what level you play at, getting behind each other. It's brilliant to watch, isn't it? Yeah. Now, I've heard that the basketball lineups are in, Dav, and obviously with you being Mr. Basketball yourself, it'd be rude of me not to ask you what that's looking like for today.
Well, we've got Dan Laherty back in again for the men's today, and he dropped 33 points last weekend and is looking like he can do that regularly. He's a US import, been with us a little while. I spoke with a couple of the players this morning. They described him as their star scorer. So you got to look out for him today. For the women as well, you got Shannon Hatch. She's leading the women's team this season, and she was very good last year as well. She's a quality player. So I think the oppositions have got to be worried about that. We've also had lineups for the men's BUCS team this afternoon. We got Matty James in again. I spoke with the coach Charlie this morning, and he said that he really wanted him to work on his off-ball movement as well as his craftiness on the ball, but he scored 2 last weekend. So I think we can look out for something similar today.
How crucial is it that those key players are coming back into the Archers lineups? Obviously, every season they want to win that league title. How crucial will it be for the title hunt?
I mean, as crucial as anything could be. I mean, especially for the women, they're playing in the WBBL. This is the premier championship of basketball outside of the WNBA, probably worldwide. So having our top players back in the lineups, playing regularly, that's as crucial as anything.
Now, just before we move on from this point here, Dav, what's still to come on campus today? If people are watching back home and they're thinking what to do with themselves for the rest of the day, we've still got plenty of sport to offer, haven't we?
So much sport still to offer. So you've got men's hockey at 4:15. You've got women's first team hockey at 6:30. Unfortunately, like I said earlier, you're going to have to make a choice there because there's women's rugby at 6:30. Loughborough coming in. That's down at rugby.
Well, luckily, both pitches aren't too far away. You can always run back and forth between the two of them.
Absolutely. Loughborough is going to be a great game. That's that's going to be a good match. And away from home, we've still got the Rugby First boys going up to Bath. That's definitely something to keep track of. Had a quick chat with the boys as they were getting on the bus. I think they were quietly confident. No misconceptions about how good Bath are. They're second in the league. But I think they've worked some stuff out in training that they think they're going to use today to their advantage.
No, absolutely. And like we mentioned earlier, they'll definitely be looking to bounce back from their recent run of form. Now, I'm going to move on to this weekend sport. We talked about today and what's still yet to come on King Coy campus. You're particularly excited about this because on Saturday at 2 p.m, Cardiff Met Sport TV will be covering the Archers basketball game.
Yeah.
Dav, how excited are you for this?
I'm so excited. I mean, I'll be down there with everyone on the stream. I'll be commentating, and I can't wait to get into it. Like I said, Shannon Hatch back today in the lineup, so I'm excited to see her properly on Saturday. It's going to be so exciting. Like I said, the premier competition for female basketball probably in the world outside the WNBA. So I just can't wait to get my teeth into that game. It's going to be such a good watch.
Amazing. Well, I mean, tickets are available online and indeed on the door at the Archers Arena. Dav, give everyone back home one word as to why they need to come down.
Whoa,
It's going to be what, Dav?
Ferocious.
It's going to be ferocious. You've heard it here first, everyone. The basketball game this Saturday on Cardiff Met Sport TV will be ferocious. But just don't leave it up to watching the live stream. Why not come down and actually watch it in person yourself? Well, we've had a lot of fun here today, Dav, and we've got a very fun weekend coming up today as well. So I'd just like to take this time to say thank you to everyone that's been able to join us today on Up the Archer, and indeed for our live coverage of the women's football game against Bristol University. Unfortunately, it wasn't the Archers' day today. It was Bristol that hit the bullseye against the Archers on King Coy campus. But from all of us here at Cardiff Met Sport TV, it's goodbye. Thank you to all my guests once again, and for everyone for helping out with the stream today. Hwyl fawr, diolch.
Morning class here, one message for you. Up the Archers! Up the Archers!
Come on, the Archers, you can do this. Come on. Hi guys, up the Archers.
Up the Archers! Go on, Mum.
Up the Archers!
Up the Archers! Go on.
Cardiff Uni is the better uni, but up the Archers.
Up the Archers! Up the Archers! Come on, let's have it!